say Will dead meme.
I am a blue and now.
My cum is blue and everything is blue.
You come in a girl. Your cum is blue. You come in a girl.
Please suck my wiener.
dies.
Because it is so blue.
Her stomach glows for a little bit, then she dies.
Hell yeah.
That's a really anticlimactic. It happens for like what? It glows. It glow. It's like slowly.
It glows.
It's like slowly
It
becomes
brightens a little
brighter,
bit.
and then it starts to fade. And when it fades, it's gone. Welcome to the Snark
You
Tank
gotta keep
Podcast.
you gotta keep that cum glowing in you, or else you're gonna die.
Oh my God! Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. Before we start the show, I wanna just ask this of our audience. We never ask anything of you, okay? I'm not the asking type. I take, okay? I shouldn't say it that way, but I don't ask for nothing. But listen, it would help us out tremendously if you would give us reviews on podcast services, specifically iTunes and Spotify. It helps us with the algorithm. I know it's annoying, but for some reason, Apple values that. Podcast services value that. I don't get it, but it would help us. So if you'd be keen to do that.
Also,
what you could do is you could copy,
comment, and subscribe
Don't listen to him.
while you're here.
Shut up.
While you're here, might as well, like if we're asking something, you might as well like, comment, and subscribe. All right, let me finish talking. Let me finish.
Kill him.
You might as well do that for us. All right,
if
we
you're
don't
gonna
ask
comment,
anything.
hey, if you're gonna comment, let's make it fun for them. Just copy and paste like lyrics to a song or something. Like your favorite song. I would say Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die by Eiffel 65.
Eiffel 65.
Talk about the most unique genitals you ever seen in the comments.
Yeah. God damn it. It's gonna be, the video's gonna be,
and hopefully
the video's going to be demonetized just from the keywords in the comments. But
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Or you know what? Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's the Star Tank Podcast. We're back again. We got another episode. I don't know what the fuck. I have not. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been working on videos. I've been playing Elden Ring. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck's been going on.
Honestly,
I've been spending a lot of time the last couple hours just feverishly researching things on Twitter just to have something to say. And we've got a couple things we can dive into. I don't know what we should dive into first. I'll leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you guys. What do you guys?
I think we should talk about the loss of a great man.
That's
first and foremost.
That's right. Dr. Drew, sadly.
No.
Finally.
The loss of Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah. That's
Who the hell's that?
Rest in peace.
Who's that?
Who the hell is that?
Shut up.
What the hell? What's a Gilbert Gottfried?
Okay, guys. Like I was saying before, may he rest in peace. Aladdin being one of my favorite movies, and Iago being one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Who the hell's Aladdin?
Who is Aladdin? What are you on Jeopardy?
What is
Who is Aladdin? You got it right, Derek.
It is.
Right.
It's weird to me that like, because he was like what 67? Like he wasn't that, or actually might have been younger.
I have no idea.
If I'm not mistaken.
He's in his 60s. I know that because Norm, Bob Saget, and Gilbert Gottfried were all in their 60s.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah. It's the 60 Order 66. They're
right.
killing all the.
It's
they're killing
Order
all
66.
They're killing all the 60-year-olds. It's fucking sad.
That's insane.
But I think,
is that what Palpatine wanted?
Yeah, he wanted to kill all the 60-year-old comedians. It is sad. I'm not gonna pretend like there's a lot of people who like obviously. Gilbert Gottfried is a legend, and I've always appreciated him for when he was in things. But I can't pretend like I was like a huge. Like I was into everything that he did. I
admit I wasn't either. But I loved him as Iago.
The reason I say that is because it always bothers me. Ever since Michael Jackson died, it's always bothered me whenever like people, like somebody famous dies, and then people unanimously are just all of a sudden huge fans. Like suddenly it's like I remember high school. I knew so many of my friends who did not listen to Michael Jackson at all. And then suddenly, it wasn't even just, it didn't even stop at not listening to him. It excelled to the point of like, oh, we know him from South Park as the pedophile. Ha ha ha, here's a Michael Jackson joke. And then all of a sudden he died, and it was like, Bad was so revolutionary. And it's like, cool it. Cool.
That happened for me in Mac Miller. I loved Mac Miller for years.
Nobody loves Mac Miller.
I loved Mac Miller, bro.
No one loved Mac Miller.
Bro, Swimming. Okay, Kids was a fucking fantastic album. And I knew that since 2010. I was like, "Oh, this is a pretty good album."
I'm not gonna say nobody likes him. I'm gonna say nobody. I'm not saying nobody likes him.
Dude, his collabs with the internet, bro. You're making me upset, and it's
I'll
working
be honest.
If you're
I liked his pizza and Kool-Aid thing, and that's about it. I'll be honest.
I liked Kids. I loved watching movies with the lights off, with the sound off. I thought it was a great album. I really liked.
He's talented. No, he's a talented guy. I totally get it. So, but there was a bunch of I missed the. I saw that everybody was sad and shit, but I don't know. I guess my circles nobody. We didn't listen to that guy
because he died, right? And he had just released, I think, Swimming before he left. He left. He left this earth,
right?
And everybody was like, "Astro World's a great album, bro. Astro World's so much better." As soon as Astro came out, I was like, Swimming is better. I was like, Swimming is definitely a better album, or it might be Pools. I could be getting the names mixed up.
I don't know.
I was like, this is so much better, and everyone ignored me and thought I was stupid. And as soon as he died, everyone was bumping Mac, and I was just like, I hate y'all. I hate y'all.
I don't know, man. I'm not.
I love Mac, bro. He's so talented, dude.
He is a talented guy. I think it's kind of like when people are when they can do it, they make certain genres much better because they can do a lot of other stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they transcend genre, and then it's very easy to really do something impactful in like a genre of hip hop when you're also versed in other shit too. Because it just so like definitely people that do that. I appreciated him. I just
he was very versed in jazz music. He was very had a very
I saw him fucking playing a fucking solo. He was putting it behind his back, and he was trying to do like some type of like some Hendrix shit, and it was I was just like that's a talented motherfucker, you know. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, I still don't really, you know. Really
but that's why I bring that up though, because I don't like it when that happens. Like I don't like seeing people pretend to have always liked a thing.
Like the FOMO, right?
Doom a lot. That happened big with MF Doom, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of MF Doom fans came out the woodwork. MF Doom died. Meanwhile, when I would tell people about Curtis and how good of a song that is, people would look at me like, Curtis, that's someone's name. And I'm like, I
can't even pretend.
Have you listened to the song?
I didn't even, I saw that guy. I saw MF Doom and I thought, oh, is that, I genuinely didn't know who the fuck that was.
Is that Russell Crowe?
Like, is that Russell Crowe? Is that Dr. Doom literally? Is that like I don't understand. Like when he died, like sincerely, I was just so out of that circle that I did not know who the fuck he was.
But I understand.
I get it.
I mean, would you rather I pretended? That's what I mean. It's like it's so.
I know. I get it. He's a rather outlandish rapper, and he's not a mainstream popular thing. All the mainstream artists would say they love MF Doom, but the thing is that he himself wasn't a main. It's like Big L, or like fucking what you call it, or what's this guy? The guy from Run the Jewels.
Oh yeah, Killer
Mike.
Yeah.
Anyone will be like, yo, Killer Mike is a monster. People that really are involved in hip hop.
I like Killer Mike,
but
as somebody who doesn't even,
he's not the most popular.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Like, because I remember this happened specifically once because there's somebody I know who I've had conversations with. I'm not gonna bring up their name because it's not really that important. Also, you wouldn't even.
Do I know them?
No, you don't know them.
Okay.
And we've had conversations about comedy and comedians, and so many times I've had conversations where he's like, I don't get Norm Macdonald, man. It's so I don't fucking understand it. And lo and behold, when he passes, like, oh man, just this long tweet, and I was like, you fucking, yeah, I see you, you fucking, you son of a bitch.
Sometimes you have to say something.
If somebody's really monumental, sure, but like, I don't know. I just
it's not worth
no,
it.
you okay. Maybe you don't say something, but you acknowledge it by liking the tweet or whatever it is. If you like it, they'll know.
Like I didn't personally like outside of like his specific voice roles and some of his comedy, like some of it. I didn't know much about Gilbert Gottfried, but like I saw Zach's, which I thought was like very heartfelt. So I retweeted that and I posted it. But I don't know. I don't have anything to say about it. I liked whenever I heard him, he was funny. I'll say that.
Right.
And it is sad to know that like because he was specifically with the cameo stuff. Like, dude, he had some of the funniest cameos that I think I've ever seen. Like,
Some of
people
the
would just
best,
pay him to
for
say
real.
the dirtiest, fucking, most repugnant shit. And he was
Right.
on Smiling Friends was, I think, his last role, which is crazy. That's kind of wild.
Nice.
And he played God, which is like a very fitting end, I think. But yeah, rest in peace to Gilbert
Rest
Gottfried.
in peace, Iago.
R.I.P.
That Iago is the dude, man.
Iago
he's-
was my boy, bro. Iago was the kind of guy that would be like, yo,
Let me
man,
tell you,
shoot
let
him
me
in the
tell you,
mouth.
the type of respect I had for Iago. So I was a big fan of Aladdin, so I watched even the sequels. And there was
I watched the show, dude.
Return of Jafar, and Iago became an
good guy.
anti-hero. And so it was kind of like, I was like, I like it. I like what they did with this, even though nobody fucking watched it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched Return of Jafar and I watched Prince of Thieves, bro. And I watched the show. I
Yeah,
watched all that
Prince of
shit.
Thieves was where I kind of started to jump off. I was like, yo, this is this Open Sesame shit is kind of not. I don't know. I'm good. I'm good on it.
I
I'm good.
remember hearing that and being like, huh? And I remember years later trying to figure out where I heard that phrase from first. And I was like, was it Aladdin 3?
What, Open Sesame?
People were like, there's no Aladdin 3. And I'm like, yeah, there's 3 of them, and there's a show. And
Have
he's
you
like,
seen
you're like,
the non-Disney
no.
Aladdin? There's a non-Disney Aladdin that
What
came
do you
out
mean?
before, and it's ass.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's-
Before Aladdin?
Yeah, so Aladdin's not an original like
I mean, that makes
concept,
sense.
right?
I mean, pretty much
But
every
there-
single
there's-
Disney movie is not
there's-
an original
I have
concept.
a VHS of an Aladdin that came out before the Disney one, or alongside it, whichever it was, because I was too young. But it just, the animation was so, I'm gonna find it in my storage, and then I would love to review it. It might be on
There
YouTube or
was-
something, because it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
You know, when
There's an
something's bad
Aladdin-
and you're a kid, you know it's really bad.
Now,
Like
now the most
There's-
recent
there's-
Aladdin has a genie that has a terrible wife. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yo,
never
he
gonna
just
be
slapping
able
the
to.
shit out of Aladdin.
He slaps the living fuck out of Jafar. He kills him. The movie ends short. He slaps Jafar and he dies.
He
I
slaps
want
him.
you to
I
make
like the
me
new
a
Aladdin
genie, and he
movie.
just snaps. He slaps him so hard, he just head spins around and he dies.
He slaps him with his big Eiffel 65 blue hand, and he just like 50 times.
I loved Aladdin. I don't care what anybody says. I like the new one.
That's
even.
probably my
I like
third
it.
favorite Disney movie. That's probably my third favorite.
The new one?
From
No,
I like
what?
the new one, yeah.
Oh,
I liked it.
that's what he's talking about. Oh, excuse me.
I like
no.
I like
no,
the original Aladdin has like one of my favorite soundtracks. Other than Tarzan, I think Aladdin has the second best soundtrack in a Disney movie.
Tarzan's
Other-
pretty.
Tarzan
Tarzan-
is boss.
Tarzan's
Yeah.
good, but it's not fucking. There's levels to this shit, dude.
Wait. What's
There's
better?
better
What's
than
a better?
Tarzan,
What's a better
Derek?
Disney soundtrack than Tarzan?
Holy crap! You serious?
Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah.
Like more? What are you constituting as better? You just like talent wise, or is that
No,
what
I
you're
just
saying?
mean
'Cause,
I just feel like it's a very
Like,
iconic.
quality of the songs and the freaking production and shit.
Oh man. So let's see. I guess if there was I'm going off of. I'm not.
You
I
can't
guess
say
I'm not
you
going off
can't.
of popularity.
A side note, hold on. You can't say Schindler's List. I know you were going to say that, but you can't.
Well,
say Schindler's
yeah. I mean,
List.
yeah, it's true. I was gonna say.
Schindler's was not made
What's
by
the-
Disney.
What?
You know,
Can we
what's
take
the-
a moment
What's that guy's
to-
name? What's that guy's name? The guy from Taken. Like, I really like his number.
Liam
Liam
Neeson.
Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. His number was actually really good. I am a little disappointed that it's not like number one on people's list.
Yeah.
but it's
That
pretty good.
rap about the watch, I thought was a little hokey. But
Oh my god! Can we please
He
stop?
fucking raps.
I would say it's.
Well,
I would
okay.
say
So
it's-
I think first of all, I think Mulan has a better
Mulan
soundtrack.
is comparable. I wouldn't say it's better. I would say it's
I
comparable.
think it's better. I think it's better, and it's much more iconic to the point where you got Christina Aguilera did a fucking sweet song of that Reflection. She did a cover of it. Fucking
But are
knocked
you
it out of the
telling
fucking
me
park.
what you call it? You'll be in my
Dude,
heart is
make
You'll Be
a-
in My Heart by Phil Collins.
It's
Bro,
dude,
Phil Collins went bananas on
Dude,
that album.
Phil Collins
Phil
did such a good
Collins-
job on that soundtrack that he can't walk today. So like that's like
He did such a
that was
job.
the price.
Yeah.
He
He
sold
did such a
the
good job on that
devil.
album. He gave up some of himself.
Look,
He
it was
gave us
fine, but it's not like I think
That's
Can You Feel the
crazy,
Love
bro.
for fucking Lion King is one of the best, like, especially when you hear that
is one of the best songs.
that dude
and the black girl singing at the end.
I was gonna say something really fucked up, but I'm gonna reel it in. I just let's my boy Elton John. He does a fucking Anyway, let me just keep going. There's so Mulan has a great one. Beauty and the Beast is pretty, like, I wouldn't say it's as iconic, but like some songs within it, I guess as a whole that doesn't hold up. Not as a whole. I think it just within it there's like some things that are, but I feel like this is my thing with the Tarzan ones. It's a lot of it's very big and gaudy sounding, which that's what Phil Collins is, a very arrogant person from my understanding. So it's like that's how his music usually comes off. But anyway, I feel like, I don't know, man, whenever I feel like listening to Disney music or something, Tarzan never comes up to where like I want to put on like some Tarzan. That's just kind of how I feel. I never, it's usually I'm going to Goofy movie. It's usually I'm going to Mulan.
Goofy movie is fantastic.
I'm going to
Goofy movie is definitely the top 5 best Disney soundtracks of a movie. I can agree.
Dude,
I've seen it too many times recently.
Eye to Eye is a good one.
so
Eye to Eye
good,
is that's the
Eye to
only
Eye's so
that's
good.
the only good song in that movie though.
No, it's not. That's not the only
there's
good
a
song.
ton of good songs in that movie, Chris. You gotta be real.
No, I just don't like most of them. I don't find most of them particularly catching.
That's
I never liked
for me.
Goofy.
My
I never
hands are
liked
sweating
Goofy,
right now.
though. I fucking I can't stand that they gave Goofy a fucking child, and it's just so arbitrary and weird. Like, why?
What? You can't fuck some
I think
pussy?
it
What's going on?
fits.
What's wrong?
I think it fits
Goofy
the
absolutely
best because of
can't.
how silly he is.
What?
This pussy is
Gosh,
magical.
I'm legally 5 years old, probably mentally. I don't know. Like, Eye to
He's
Eye.
a goof, but he's a good guy.
Listen,
I love
I'll say
Goofy.
Eye to Eye is a good one.
That's great.
But like, I don't know, like
The freaking Powerline song, that shit's amazing.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Like,
All right, I'm not gonna disagree. I'm in the minority.
You what?
I'm in the
You
minority.
don't think you're?
It's fine.
I love his when they're having their moment on the car when they're drifting and shit in the fucking river.
Oh, and they're
like
singing
that
that
song.
terrible song. to each
Nobody
other.
else but you.
Nobody else but you. That's such a great song.
Dude, that's a fucking great song. But I'm gonna tell you something. I think there's because we're talking about Disney now.
Chris, what makes it crazy is that
Whoa.
this is so near objective how great those songs, because like Disney's
so
many
good.
things though.
So
Disney
goddamn
is
good.
many things, and I understand the whole nature of people not liking Disney things. I get it. But you can't look me in the face and tell me they don't consistently have great, like every one movie has one fantastic song.
Most of them have at least one really good song, and I think Eye to Eye is that song for Goofy movie. But I feel like in most cases, a lot of the other songs just kind of like they exist to kind of fill out the space so that one song can carry the movie. Like, and I think Eye to Eye is that song for Goofy movie. That song that they're singing when they're drifting in the fucking lake, and he's just like,
that's a good song.
Anybody else but you, and it's like I can't.
That is not what it sounds like. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
It sounds like I don't know, and obviously,
God, bro.
like obviously Toy Story with the intro. I can't remember anything else from Toy Story.
That's what is that. What you just did sounds more like Randy Newman.
I had it in my head. I did have Randy Newman in my head. But you gotta
put your faith in what you most believe in.
But I think
Two worlds, one fan.
No,
That
listen.
song is so good.
Hold on. What I want to just okay. So Eye to Eye with the Goofy movie. I think Mulan. Honestly, just Make a Man Out of You is the only one out of there.
That's bullshit. That's not the only one.
It's
There's
the
a few
best
really
one.
Good songs.
It is the best one. That's for sure.
I'll say
And
that.
it's the best
That
one
song-
by a lot. Is the thing,
Dude, that song Reflection is a really good song.
I don't even know what that is.
Reflection's a really good song.
Yeah.
The song that they're singing, "A Girl We're Fighting
Who
For," that
is
song
that
goes
girl?
The Girl
bananas.
We're Fighting For is also pretty good. It's nowhere
Staring
near I'll Make a
straight
Man Out of You.
Back at me. When will my reflection show? You don't fucking do that. Song's like that's a good.
Who
my
sings
God,
that? Eddie
song
Murphy?
is so good.
Yeah, the dragon,
Mushu.
right? Mushu singing it.
The vaguely problematic dragon. I think, yeah, and I'm trying to.
Of course, it's in a Chinese movie too. The bad portrayal of a black person, sort of.
Wait,
like, of
what?
course.
Mushu is the best part of that movie. When you're a kid, anyway.
I disagree.
Okay. That's definitely not. To me, I didn't even
You're
need
right.
that.
Well, I guess the
comic relief on that
curvy
shit, to be
sword
honest.
is.
Yeah, the
But that's
curvy sword.
The one that freaking what's his name had
the villain's
bad guy?
curvy sword. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
yeah.
there are
talking
very
about.
few things that I remember from Aladdin. I haven't seen it in fucking, or not Aladdin, Mulan. I haven't seen it in literal decades, so my memory's
It's
a little
a great
shoddy.
movie.
That's the problem, homie.
But I remember thinking Eddie Murphy was funny. I remember thinking that curvy sword is cool, and I remember thinking I'll Make a Man Out of You. It was a great song. And that's
it's
all
iconic.
I came
It's
at.
probably.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best Disney song ever, though?
Oh, that's a big question. I like
That's a hard
Hellfire.
one.
I like Hellfire a lot.
I don't think that's Disney.
What? No, it is. Hellfire from
Rasputin, the Rasputin
Hunchback.
movie? Oh, okay.
Hunchback of Notre
Hunchback,
Dame.
oh, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
You would say Hellfire?
I don't think it's the best song. I like it the most.
Because you know what song I really like?
Hell, motherfucking fire.
The song from Moana, the main song, I really, really, really like that song.
The beginning?
Like I have it on my playlist.
Which one's that?
The first one when
How
they're
far
sailing?
you'll go? How far I'll go?
That one's okay. The
I've
thing that
loved
bothers
that
me.
song.
The thing that bothers me about that song is that they rhyme island with island, and it. I don't know. Like there's. You could do. It's Lin-Manuel.
Is it island?
It's Lin-Manuel.
Is it island with where I land?
No. No, it's like island. How will I get off this island? And it's like, you're Lin-Manuel. I know you can do better than that.
Manuel made that song?
He did the whole soundtrack, I'm pretty sure, for Moana.
For Moana? I didn't know he made no soundtrack for Moana.
At least I'm pretty sure. I might be incorrect. But
I think that was Encanto.
I haven't even seen that movie.
No, it definitely was not Encanto. If he did that with Encanto, then he did it again. But he definitely did.
I think he did a soundtrack for Encanto. I don't think he did it for Moana.
I
think I would have heard about
this
that.
knowledge is I knew about this years ago, and I still don't know anything about Encanto at all.
I don't know anything about it. I think the latest Disney movie I've seen was my girlfriend at the time wanted to go see Frozen, and I think that was the last one. Oh, I saw Toy Story 4, but that's obligate. That's like an obligation.
Yeah, you got to see that.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
So Lin-Manuel appeared on the song "We Know the Way" from Disney's Moana. In addition to performing on the official soundtrack, he's also one of the songwriters for the movie.
What can I say except I love come? Pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a good song too. I love that movie a lot.
If we're talking about like the Disney movie that has pound for pound the best overall sound, as far as like consistent hits, like where every song is really good, I think Tarzan. I think.
I don't think it.
Do you guys count
Tarzan songs?
Do you guys count Nightmare Before Christmas as a Disney movie?
It is though,
because I feel like that soundtrack is like pretty fucking incredible.
I still think Tarzan's better, but I think Neighborhood is very good.
There's one song on that soundtrack that sucks, and it's the one where he's like dead, like on the gargoyle, and he's like, "I'm fucking sad," and it's like, okay,
was it always Disney or did they acquire it?
I think they acquired it.
I think it was Disney initially, then they didn't really hold on to it.
If it wasn't initially Disney, then it definitely doesn't count.
I guess
but it doesn't. But I get, because I'm ignorant to that. I have no idea.
Derek, your background's making me so fucking mad, bro.
It's like
the fact that you turn purple sometimes makes me fucking furious. All right, I'm gonna let it rock, but like, damn,
bro, you fucking hostile. What's going on?
I'm not even hostile.
I think
yet,
this
bro.
is Halloween. Jack's Lament, the fucking Oogie Boogie song with the jazz and the
Oogie
fucking
Boogie song's very good.
Oogie Boogie's the best song in the album.
I like
bro.
what is it? What's this? I think that's one of my.
What's
love
this
that
is
song.
another like that's that
What's
movie.
This is such a funny song.
It is.
I love the way it flows, man.
It's a great that soundtrack in general is like I think genuinely like. But if it's not originally Disney, I guess it can't count.
What's this? What's this? There's black people in the area. What's this? What's this? I'm far more scared. What's this? What's this? I hope they don't rob me. I got thinking I have money and basically has a gun. Oh no! What's this?
Give me your shit, nigga. And then it just and then it ends. The song's over.
And they shoot a skeleton.
They go fucking, holy shit, a skeleton! And then they kill him.
There's a fucking skeleton walking around the hood, and then they just kill him.
Can you really imagine for a moment?
Could you imagine he went to the hood instead of freaking Christmas
No,
Town?
it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even have to be the hood. You see that shit like it's like that Grand Theft Auto. It's like that Grand Theft Auto mission where Franklin breaks into that kitchen, and they're like,
he's black. He's black.
That delivery is so incredible. Oh my
And
god!
the timing of it, of the cue of the mission failed right after he says it too.
What makes it funny is that mission takes so long to fail. Like it doesn't just fail. It's like the girl, she's just like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "Wait, he's black."
That's the type of stuff that it makes me want to go back and play, and then just try different things, because those are like I never failed that mission before. It never even occurred to me to like try to get caught.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is the only Rockstar game that I've finished.
Sure.
Every other game I trail off because I get distracted by like shooting things. You know, like I just get like, I'm just gonna hijack a car and drive it into this police station, and then I think I'm done for the day, and then I forget what the fuck was going on, and so I just treat it as like a sandbox game. But fucking
more or
that
less,
mission,
more or less.
that I don't know, man. The delivery in that is so good. But
it's fantastic.
I don't know. We can have this debate in the comments. I'm curious as to whether or not like, because I'm sure there's a lot of Disney movies that I'm just straight up forgetting.
We're blanking stuff. People can be, how could you forget this? Like for sure. Yeah, for sure. But we said some of the main ones. Like when because all I'm saying about I'm not saying Tarzan's bad or anything. I just say that whenever I hear people celebrating Disney songs or anything, I never see people singing the Tarzan fucking track. Or
that's
like,
crazy.
Never. Like I'm trying to think of an example.
It's less of a musical, really.
Right.
But still, it's got like it's still got a pretty good. I don't know. I like Tarzan a lot. I don't know if it's my top one, but it's when I remembered
Tarzan's definitely my top.
When I remembered Nightmare, it was not my top one.
It's like Tarzan, Goofy Movie.
Because Nightmare had that fucking album where they had like all those like fucking where they had like Marilyn Manson and fucking and oh my god, they had Rise Against on it too. They had Paramore on it. They had Amy Lee from fucking Evanescence doing all those fucking the Nightmare Revisited or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
How do you see?
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's called Nightmare Revisited.
Like open cum.
You're gonna hate who does fucking.
Fuck
oh no,
ass.
my Spotify came up on screen. I'm sorry.
I can't fuck ass.
Take my cum, take me up inside. I can't stop cum. Take me up inside. Come in me. Call my name and save
I like how
from
often
my
it's
cum.
come in me.
You guys fucking suck.
Please suck my tits. They're so hungry.
God fucking. All right, this is a terrible. All right.
I want your cum.
Guess who did What's This?
Somebody famous did that? Danny Elfman.
Well, Danny Elfman did the whole, but like on the specific on that weird metal, like pop.
Oh, are you fucking serious?
Guess who did?
No.
Guess who did What's This?
No, it's not the same nigga that we. It's not. Don't tell me you did it too.
No, it's a different person.
I was about to lose my shit. Who? Well,
I should know this. I was into that shit before.
Fucking.
You did it. You did it.
Yeah, it's me. I did it. It's Flyleaf. So Marilyn Manson did This Is Halloween, and fucking Flyleaf did What's This? Fucking
Flyleaf did What's This?
Korn did Kidnap the Sandy Claus.
Korn. I can't stand Korn.
Amy Lee.
What?
Amy Lee did Sally's Song.
Hearing people be fans of Korn blows my mind, but everyone that's fans of Korn is currently about 30 years old. I have not met a single person that's near like my age that's a fan of Korn. But what's funny is I know like 22-year-olds that are huge fans of Korn. And I'm like, why did it just skip me? Did it skip my age group?
It just skipped you.
It's dude, everyone
like
likes
Korn too, Chris?
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think they're terrible. I've heard some songs from Korn that
I don't hate them, but I don't like Korn. And the fact that people really like Korn blows my
I've
mind.
never purchased a Korn album on purpose, but I've listened to Korn songs.
Korn has I bet I can find some songs that you would dig, Sweeney.
Probably most likely because
they got some good I've hits,
definitely
but
heard
I feel like
their
most popular songs.
Yeah, Coming Undone. Coming Undone is like a really popular one that I remember hearing.
I know that song, of course, but like,
to me, a lot of their most popular songs aren't my favorite, aren't their best songs in my opinion.
That's probably
like
the
Freak
case
on a Leash.
That's the case for a lot of
Falling Away from Me. it's like it's the old classics, and I'm like, those songs are all right, but they have some fucking way better shit, dude.
It's the same thing with every band. Like you look at like every time somebody's like, oh yeah, Rise Against is great. I love Savior, and it's like cool, but
I mean, Savior's a great
Savior's
song,
good,
though.
but it's also the one that everybody knows.
That's true.
You know, it's
Well,
like
I will say-
it's like what's that Journey song?
Don't Stop
It's like
Believing?
Don't Stop Believing. It's like you're gonna listen to Journey and hear Don't Stop Believing, and you haven't even tried Separate Ways or like other like there's
Separate
so many
Ways is great.
Like so many
But-
so many better songs like in every band's discography than the
do you
top
g-
ones.
I
Do
think
you
the
guys
only
think-
I think that doesn't count for Coheed though. I think
You're
Coheed.
yeah, you're right.
I think their only good song is that Welcome
Welcome
Home.
Home.
Song. That song's awesome. When I listen to other shit, I'm like, this
yeah.
ain't Welcome Home, man.
Now, guys, do you think that if there was a room full of like ambiguously like white people or ambiguously like black people, right, and you played Journey, do you think the Americans would be able to be pulled out? Because I feel like Journey's how you find out if someone's American, because every American knows that song.
It is definitely like more of an American thing than it is. Like I can't imagine a British.
It's the most American song I can think of,
Well,
other than like maybe the Pledge
two
of
things.
Allegiance.
Two things. I can't imagine a British karaoke bar in general. But if
They have 'em.
I were,
Yeah,
can you
but they're-
imagine?
ugh.
There's a lot of
I'd
great
like
British
to sing
singers,
all
dude.
of a twist. Oh, like yeah,
Yeah.
You guys are so fucked up. You guys have
Not
to
all
go
of
there.
And
They're
the
not
way
that
you
in.
want
They're
it,
not,
at the way you need it,
Hey,
and
yo.
the way you want it.
why are you talking like a disabled person?
I'm coming.
That's how
I'm
they
done.
sound, mate.
I'm coming home to the place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. That's not. You're talking like
She's
Jon
a
Snow.
small town girl.
It's a crazy
Living
train,
in
isn't
a
it?
lonely world. She took the midnight train going
This is
anywhere.
so fucked. I'm so sorry if you're British.
Anyway,
Yo, yo, why do we fuck with British people exclusively?
Because it's
Bro,
because
I
here's
have-
the thing. Here's the thing. It's the only accent you can do safely without coming across like a little, you know.
That's actually
Nah,
very
a little-
true. That's very
a
true.
little R word.
And it's a very easy accent to do for it.
What's funny-
Not based on what we are displaying here, because these are terrible British accents.
Purposefully.
What makes it worse is that I have a whole ass sister who I am in regular contact with that lives there. And she doesn't even slightly talk like that. She sounds pretty regular.
Yeah, I just love because I have some British homies and they're I once did an accent on purpose. Like I was like, "Yo, what do I sound like? If I do this, what do I sound like I'm from?" And he said I sound like I'm basically from London. So
Yeah.
I can get away with a London accent, but
Yeah. Well,
I
you
try.
did.
I wish I can do Liverpool because their fucking accent. It just makes no sense to me.
What's Liverpool? Is Liverpool
sound like
is Liverpool
chimps, bro.
the Ringo one?
It's like John. Well, I think it's them in general, essentially.
Yeah, but like specifically, it's
wor-
like Wacko from
Well,
like
it's their language. It bounces. It's curvy. It's like this, you know. It reminds me of like Welsh
yeah.
and Scottish all mixed together. It sounds like everything mixed together, and they're just thrown there in the south of London, and they just go like this, you know. And everything is oh da and I'm like, what is happening?
The key on the kettle.
Yeah, it is
Like
just
that, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
oh,
really
da-da.
funny. I hope you know that.
That's
And
just
it's
like
like-
that's
it's-
just Wacko from fucking Animaniacs. It was just like basically just
Oh.
Ringo.
Wacko,
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Sometimes sounds like he's about to fall asleep. That's the thing about Wacko. There are moments where he's like, "Oh, it's really funny, Jacko, but I don't really know."
Yeah.
And he's on the power down.
Yo,
know.
I don't know if this is gonna be controversial, but I think the Beats are better than the Beatles. I don't know if that's
The Beats.
I don't know who the Beats are.
Yes, you do.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Not exactly.
Killer Tofu.
Maybe.
Oh my god, I don't even know if I want to be a part of this podcast anymore. Holy shit.
I don't recognize
shit,
that by
bro.
name at
Y'all
all.
got-
What's the
You-
Beats?
You guys didn't watch Doug?
Oh
You know
my
what's
god!
I did.
Oh my
God.
god! What the
That's it.
fuck?
I eat
That's
my
such a
sugar
specific
cereal because
I-
it makes my teeth bacterial. Come on, man.
I know what you're saying.
Killer Tofu. Come on, man.
No,
I say
no,
the
you're-
Beats, and I'm
you're right.
comparing them to the fucking band that they're parodying.
Listen,
and you guys
listen.
are like, ooh,
Listen,
I'm gay. Ooh,
I
ooh,
I
ooh."
haven't seen Doug in
I'm a bitch ass nigga. I don't know.
I'm 27 and I haven't seen Doug in 30 years.
Look. The last time I watched Doug that I remember was the movie. Okay, when it was
that
out
shit was trash,
that weekend.
That shit was
I
trash.
hated it,
That's when Disney took it over. When Disney took it over, it was pure trash. I'm sorry. I'm in Nick 4 seasons, boy. 4 seasons, Nickelodeon, and then Disney bought it, and then his sleeves got longer.
First, right?
He changed his voice. I was just like, dude, I'm out. I'm sorry.
I like the movie,
I'm being a little insensitive. Yeah, I get it. Not
I'm gonna
everybody
kill your mom, Funny.
I'm gonna fuck you dead, Funny. See, wait.
I'm Roger Klotz, and I'm gonna kill your dog, Funny.
Hey, Funny, I fucked your mom. What are you gonna say about that? And then you.
Hey, Funny, Ethan Ralph knows where you live now, Funny. You're gonna send Frank Castle to your house, Funny.
You're fucked, Funny. You're fucked.
You better not, Roger. I'm gonna fucking fire a warning shot.
I'm gonna send Frank Castle to your house. His name is Frank Castle.
You better not do that.
That's his
You better not do that, Roger.
Yeah.
I'll fire a warning shot. Good luck getting away with that, Funny. We gotta move on.
Funny, if I don't approach you aggressively, you don't have the right to shoot at me, Funny. I'll put you in fucking jail, Funny. I'll kill you.
I'm gonna shoot 50 people in a New York City subway station and not kill anybody, Funny.
He's such a piece of shit, dog. I hated him from the moment I looked at him. From the moment I realized he was balding and he had some of his hair going up, I was like, oh, this guy's
like
a piece of shit.
It's like one little patch of red. And he's this ginger dude, this green greaser ginger. It was a very interesting aesthetic
ginger. There was also a green. There also a green greaser on Cat Dog? I feel like there was, but I might be wrong.
There was a bunch of greasers on Cat Dog.
Something like that. I think
because there was like a greaser gang.
There was there was something like that for sure.
They were called the Greasers. There was that little shrill.
Were they the mouse?
No,
I think you're totally right.
No, that was Winslow. There was
I think you're totally right.
I don't know why I remember so much about Cat Dog, even though it's the one show that Nickelodeon hasn't like brought back in any way.
Bitch
but
nigga,
like there was the shrill,
nigga,
tiny like poodle girl.
Nigga.
There was the big dumb idiot whose name was Lube. I remember that.
Lube.
And then there was the big guy, but I'm pretty sure like one of them was green.
Hey, what's your name, bro? My name is Lube.
So the big dog that no green.
No green.
No green. The guy. I mean, the big green. No, no green. No green.
Oh man, I thought he was green. Oh well.
Yeah,
But
I forgot about that.
Anyway, speaking
are they
of
adults? Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
they are adults.
Okay, I don't remember.
That shit in the subway is absolutely fucking insane.
Subway.
So if you guys don't know, it was a
lot
shooting.
of people might not know. No one's really talking about it.
No one's really. Yeah, it is weird. Like I got a lot of messages, like in the morning, asking if I was okay. I was like, dude, New York's big. Like, don't worry. But
I'm fine.
Like,
what if you got shot?
I appreciate.
What if you would have got hit?
I would never be in Brooklyn, but I appreciate the sentiment, the worry. It made me feel good, even though I was like, do you know where I am really? Some guy goes into he has a YouTube channel also. It was just interesting to get into.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel.
Really, bro?
Dude, what is it? I want to look at.
No, it got suspended. It got suspended, but like people, I assume people downloaded some videos. And there's definitely videos of his YouTube channel on Twitter. Like if you look up NYC subway YouTuber, I'm sure it'll come up, or YouTube video. So
you talk about like fucking woke culture and stuff?
Yeah, not exactly, but he does. He has this rant about how like races shouldn't mix.
Oh,
or something like that, and like we shouldn't intermingle or something. And it's just this black dude with sunglasses, and you're like, this is fascinating. And so the news is
so Tariq Nasheed got caught.
Yeah, it's a Tariq Nasheed type guy. And so this dude goes into the city.
Was it a black guy that did it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck.
Big dude. He's a big boy too. He's a big boy too.
Fuck, man. It had to. Damn it, man.
I mean,
he didn't kill anybody though, right?
No, he didn't. Not as far. I mean, not yet.
Have people been injured? I didn't want to get injured.
People got injured.
Yeah, people got injured.
I think like 16 motherfuckers got injured.
Yeah. But
say what happened. Say what happened. Like, what did he like?
Yeah, you keep interrupting me, you animal. Listen, he shot. He first of all he used a smoke bomb first, which is Okay,
Nice.
interesting. A little bit
Nice.
Metal Gear Solid. I don't know why you're blinding yourself. But he threw a smoke bomb into a subway and just let loose, fired like 50 rounds, I think, into this subway car. Injured 16 people. As of right now, no one's dead. People are like injured, but like I don't know. It's always possible that like there's complications. I don't know. It's possible that there could be like possible fatalities. But this dude, he has his YouTube channel where he's talking about how like people shouldn't mix or nothing. And the fact that I need you guys to understand, if you're listening to this, New York City is a very crowded place. A subway is extremely crowded. It's a good thing that he's a bad shot, but 50 rounds in a I don't know. That's remarkably bad performance. Thank God. Good. I mean, good. But I'm just saying.
Look, there are times. Look, I've been on the 4 train and the D train a few times where they have not been jam packed. Same thing with the 5 and the 6. But if you're taking the 2 train, that bitch always packed. Anyone from New York is gonna be like, yeah, the 2 train is bustling.
It's like one guy took all 50 bullets. He's like, God damn.
But nowhere lethal.
What did he do? Was he firing from the hip? Like, I wonder what he was doing.
I don't know.
That's the best.
And then, you hear fucking Keith David like, aim down your sight. He's just like not doing it. He's just like not doing it.
He's in custody right now, apparently. Like they got him.
Private Allen, aim down your sight. Go ahead. Sorry.
But it's crazy to me that like, I don't know. It's just such a fascinating fucking thing to happen because like this doesn't normally happen this way. Usually this happens, some people die, the guy kills himself or something. That's usually what happens. But this guy's just like, yeah, they got me, whatever. And he's like, just, I don't know. I'm just fascinated to see like where this goes. Because this is not typical. This is very atypical. Everything about it. From the type of person doing it to the way it unfolded.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm glad that's noted. The person that did it. That's it's uncommon.
Well, it's technically uncommon.
Technically.
Yes, but
it's not actually that uncommon. People shoot each other all the time. But usually when you have one person in like a mass area, like with like a bunch of civilians, usually mathematically, a whiter fellow. So I'm just fascinated by this. And
he didn't kill anybody yet, so
yeah.
He's not a murderer.
I mean,
I just definitely.
Yet.
It reminds me of Black Hitler. You remember him, Gazi Kadzo?
Yeah, I remember that.
He
looked kind of like Chris Tucker.
He did. He did look like.
Yeah, it looked like Chris Tucker and like what is it, Money Train or whatever. Like a long time ago, before when he was like really thin.
Yeah, it is.
What happened? What did he do? What happened? Is he dead?
Who?
Well, it just his manifesto type shit, I guess. That the Black Hitler was, he like, there's a couple of those. He's possibly an Israelite. I don't know, but it's just that type of flavor.
Yeah,
where
you gotta love the Black Israelites, bro.
So fucking man, there's a few of them in LA when I used to live there, and they'd be on the street corners just preaching their nonsense. It was awesome. They'd have like these fucking megaphones and like the shit that they were saying, I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong area. Like these people they're just going to work, and he's like, I don't know.
Were they 5%ers? Dude, you know how many times I got stopped by 5%ers growing up to the point that it started making sense to me? Like, not all of it, but like some of the messages from it make sense. And I'm like, yeah. And then I go about my day and I'm like, oh shit, I'm being converted.
Yeah, that's how they get you, man. That's how they get you. Like, oh, that shit makes sense. I mean, that's how anybody gets got. After a while, shit starts making sense to them. And then coincidences start happening. They're like, oh, this person said this and then this happened. And then they just start fucking.
This has to be real because this thing that could happen at any time happened specifically today.
Dude, it's amazing how many people are. It's amazing how many people are who are on the internet who are like content creators who are like old. It's amazing how many people can be like 48 years old and also 5.
Yeah.
Crazy to me. It's so weird. But I think I don't know. Well, right now as we record this, it's not exactly what do you call the worst it could be. So
Right.
so
all of the people injured die.
yeah, that would be unfortunate.
That would be really unfortunate.
I don't think that's
I hope
going
it
to
doesn't
happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But like, I mean, it's just so like I wonder what this guy's going to say because there's going to be an interview with this guy presumably, and there's going to be like statements from this guy, and there's like usually the person blows themselves up or something, or like they're out for the count after they do it. You know, it's
usually,
just weird.
or they're at least caught the same day, like they got them because they surrender. Like what was that pumpkin?
The Burger
head
King
dude
one?
with the bowl cut guy.
Oh,
was he the Burger King one?
No.
Dylan Roof like shot up the church and then they just arrested him, no, or something. And then there was.
I thought he died.
Did he? I might be getting my shit mixed up.
The guy at the church, I think he killed himself. My mom.
Are you sure?
I don't think
Man,
so because there was a whole thing. There was a whole thing where they stopped to get him Burger King. You remember? Like they like there's this.
Was
mass
it him
shooter.
or was it somebody else?
No, there was a mass shooter who shot up somewhere.
You're right.
And the cops took him to Burger King.
Right.
Nice.
They're like, hey, good job, son. You want a fucking burger?
Yeah.
Hey, you're never.
It was
gonna.
Dylan Roof. It was Dylan Roof. I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's always
the
Dylan.
Charleston Church.
You know what's interesting? It's always it's very commonly Dylan's. I feel like.
Well, Dylan is a very specific type of name to have for a specific type of
Dylan's
person.
get demeaned.
Dylan's do get demeaned. Dylan's are villains.
Dude, look at that haircut, dude. That fucking bowl cut is. And then they just gave him Burger King. Like, son, you look like the type of guy that loves you some Burger King.
Here you go, scamp.
You want a McWhopper or a McChicken fries?
You want a McWhopper or a McWhopper grilled?
Oh my
Fucking
god!
piercing eyes.
Actually,
all right.
damn, that burger looks kind of good. I'm just hungry.
It always looks good. That's the
And then when you get it, then you get it, you're like, oh.
And honestly, like,
fucking...
and when you get it, it is serviceable. But like, you're just like,
I finish it, but the problem is I'm not sasatisfied. I'm like, that was a meal. That's just kind of how it is. It's like that was a meal.
It's like that certainly that did keep me alive.
I certainly ate that.
Yeah, it's like water when you're not thirsty.
Right. That's
just
good,
like
that's good. Yeah.
This is base existence right here. Right. This is not living. This is surviving. And that's just the way it goes. What are you doing? Oh, that looks so weird.
Because of the yo. Oh wait, it comes back.
Stop.
Yeah. That's a thumbnail.
What the hell? Oh, I got a fucking cramp in my neck somehow.
That's what you get. That was my intent. My malintent made you get a cramp. I looked at you with so much hate that you got a cramp.
How do women do this, man? God damn.
So speaking of
annoying?
Speaking of tragedies.
Yeah,
speaking of tragedies,
which one?
Hassan and Tim Pool are on my timeline today.
Hey, yeah, that's true.
I don't know why. They're supposed to be.
Well, I know why. I read it right before we came on.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, good. Because
I read it. Yeah, I read it because I wanted to know what was happening. It wasn't huge, but Hasan. Just like, there's only a handful of people that are keeping that fucking Gamergate is is Baba Yaga. It's just like, it won't die because these people keep using it. And I guess I feel different because I was one of the people genuinely that was interested in like, hey, these devs and journalists are being dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't care about doxing people and harassing people and whatever the fuck that they all say.
You don't want to dox people?
They were just harassing women and shit. I'm like, I had no interest in any of that shit, dude. Like if they just would have fired that one chick, this shit would have been over. And then like everything would have went, like in my opinion.
I think you're totally right.
It annoys me. I'm like, fuck, man. So anyway, but we also like I've conceded that I'm like culturally. It is a large L because that is what is considered a harassment campaign. That is just that is just it. I concede. I don't give a fuck. And then like Hasan goes on this rant about the type of content, the Gamergate type of content is it's alive and well again, and they've taken good examples from Tim Pool and I forgot the other person he mentioned. Dave Rubin, right? Nice. And then so then Tim Pool chimes in because essentially what Hasan was saying was that these motherfuckers masquerade as if they're like lefties or progressives or whatever, but they're just making exclusively right-wing content. And so Tim Pool essentially says, yeah, I'm moderate and slightly left-leaning on some issues or whatever. And then Hasan says, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, all of your videos are exclusively right-wing, because Tim Pool also said that, I make fun of Fox News. And the only time Tim Pool makes fun of Fox News is when they say something not conservative. You know what I mean? They'll make fun of Fox for saying something that goes against what his audience likes. So now it's time to pick on Fox News this time. But so then I guess Hasan was supposed to, or at least Tim Pool extended an invitation to come on his podcast, to actually fly to his studio. And Hasan was like, nah, like it's COVID, fuck off. And this time around, Tim says it again, like, come on. And he says, no, dude, but we can Zoom. That's what I fucking do. Like, I'm on stream all the time. We can just Zoom. And then Tim Pool was like, well, you're just making excuses. First it was COVID, now it's this. And everybody's kind of weirded out, like, dude, why is it so important that you come directly in the studio? Like, why can't we just
it
debate?
Is confusing. There are people who are like, he keeps dodging debates. And I'm like, well, then it's an easy bluff to call then, isn't it? Like, then all he has to do is be like, okay, we'll do a Zoom debate, and then if he pussies out, then you were right, instead of doing this weird thing where it's like, it's got to be in person or it doesn't count. I don't understand that. Like, listen, I hate the airport. I hate planes. I hate traveling. I hate dealing with people in that capacity. I hate going through the little fucking rape machine where they fucking pat you down. I fucking hate it. They
give you lots of cancer and shit.
Yeah, so they blast you with radiation. I don't like the experience.
Radiation's making me sick.
I don't like putting all of my expensive, necessary tech that I need to bring, like my laptop and my fucking Switch to keep me sane on the plane, in different bins because it just can't comprehend the idea that I would want two things at once. Taking my shoes off, putting the belt on, and like fucking doing all this. I hate that whole rigmarole.
And to do it, and to do it, and they suck. It's the worst thing ever. We go backstage.
Let him go home. Let him go home.
And to do that, not once, but twice per trip, because that's how that goes. I better be flying somewhere for a damn good reason. And that reason is never going to be to sit in the basement of a commune to argue with somebody who I probably don't like. You know what I mean? Like, it makes perfect sense to me that Hasan, like, I don't like Hasan, and it's not it's just basic, like, yeah, I would not want to have to fly to do a debate that we could easily just do. And by the way, I think Tim Pool would steamroll Hasan. Hasan's not a smart person. Like, Tim Pool I disagree with a lot, but Tim Pool, yeah, he would get very angry. It's like, leave, fucking leave.
Leave!
I've seen compilations of that things I didn't know existed, that I'm like, this guy, I rarely ever say this to people, but I'm like, oh, this guy legitimately needs anger management. Like, he needs it. Like, usually I'm just like, people can, you need to mature into it. You need to calm down. You'll get older. You'll calm down when you get older. I think this guy's probably my age. I have no idea how old he is, but I'm assuming he's probably in his 30s, maybe, or late 20s.
Yeah, he can't be younger than 27 or 28. Like, I can't imagine.
Right.
Like, yeah, he's definitely up there. The shit, like, he gets so, you know that I Show Speed guy? The streamer, the guy who got banned for like screaming.
Oh, right.
Yeah, for screaming like, is that a female talking to me? Like, that kid's like,
I've said worse online.
No, I think I've said worse. I don't think I've said worse as angry, but I do think
I don't usually get mad.
I don't usually get like genuinely like viscerally
mad. It's like jokes. He took it to the next level.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
he was mad, and that's why it was funny, because it was real.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the kind of the thing. It's like, it's very real what he's saying. But he's like 19. You know, like, I remember like tweeting about it, being like, "Yo, this kid needs to calm down." I don't think he should have gotten banned or nothing, because, like, again, trash talk.
He got banned.
He got kicked off of Riot, like all of Riot games, so like Valorant and which like to me is like he shouldn't have said that, but he's like a kid, and
Right,
also
I think he's
like
literally a kid.
yeah, like I don't know, if you're gonna ban him from Valorant,
he deserves suspension. A suspension at least.
Hey, he deserves a spanking. Just spank him and then and let him think about what he did.
If you're gonna ban him from Valorant, I guess I get that because. I like that's definitely like not TOS friendly if you're caught. Like the whole point is like you're not supposed to be doing it. So if you get caught, it's kind of like
That's
you know what I mean? It's like one of those situations where it's like you just kind of got to take your lumps. But like to be banned from games that he didn't break the rules in, to me is like that's insane. That's like if you had an opinion, like even just like a standard one. It's like, I don't think fucking Captain Marvel was all that good, and like, well. He shouldn't be able to play. No, his whole Xbox Live account is gone, and it's like that's so.
I understand, but these are slightly more extremes.
I understand.
Just like no, but
the reason that's why you make these comparisons that way because it's like it points out how fucking insane it is to be banned on everything for something you did on one. Like I've never agreed with that. Even when Trump got banned off of Twitter and then all of a sudden he was banned on everything, I was like, this feels like a bad precedent to set.
I remember that day. That's the day that Derek started bugging. That was one of my favorite days on the internet.
Oh, right.
That's one of my favorite days on the internet. You were wilding out, and I was like, let's go.
But
yeah.
And my girlfriend called me. She was like, yo, did you see what Donald Trump tweeted? And I was just like. I was like, wait, that's not Trump, that's Derek.
Wait, why did we get to iShow Speed? Something reminded me.
Because we're talking about Hasan and streaming and Tim Pool and Hassan's anger management, and he would probably lash out and all this shit.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. To me, it's like iShow Speed being that angry is like that's like, yo, you gotta chill, you gotta fucking calm down. I've been really upset at people on my team, and I've never been that angry. But he's a kid.
Did you see that guy?
Hasan.
Did you see that guy? Oh, God.
No, I was gonna say like he's a kid, and Hasan is equivalently angry as like a 30-year-old person.
And he's like a giant human being too.
Yeah, and he's like,
he's just like.
Is he big? Is he a big guy?
He's 6'4". He's probably he looks like he's probably like 6'4", 230, maybe 240.
Yeah,
but
he's a big guy.
Lean.
He's a big guy.
He's a big dude.
He's a very big guy. He's very big. So with his anger issues, it's like it could be a bad recipe to be in the presence of Tim because I just don't know how stable he'd be. But I will say it's a losing battle to debate Tim Pool because his audience is so stupid. Tim Pool can never be wrong. I'm be honest. From
his
the
audience
stuff,
is pretty idiotic.
His audience is fucking insane that they haven't figured out his shit. Because Tim Pool did something that I think is so stupid, but it's brilliant for his audience, where he can never be wrong. Because even if he is wrong, he says he's trolling. And then his audience will defend you. His audience will defend him. If people are calling him out on something that Tim Pool said that's really stupid, they'll be, he's just fucking around, he's just trolling. So it's just an amazing defense mechanism, but it only works on idiots. And that's his audience. Like, the only time I've ever seen his audience push back, the only time, was when Zelensky was like, hey, they're killing our kids and stuff. We need more help. And then Tim Pool quote tweets that video, and he goes, I despise appeals to emotion. And everyone was like, nigga, there's a war going on. Kids are literally being killed. Like, it's actually happening. Appeals to emotion. And then I saw like his audience like, Tim, I love you, but this ain't it. Like, it was the only time I saw people were like, okay, what the fuck? I don't even, this can't be trolling. What are you doing?
I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't watched any of his shows. I don't follow. I don't know what the fuck he says.
I don't fucking watch his shows, man. It's
but what I'm saying is like I
watch people that watch his shit.
I don't see what he says most of the time. Like, so I'll always hear like from someone else like something that he said, and it's like
that's what same thing.
Yeah, and it's like
Yimpool did it again. Yimpool's at it again. Yimpool's at it again.
And to me, it's like I don't know, like it's weird because I remember hanging out with him a couple times, and he seemed like normal when I hung out with him.
He's like, I don't know, a normal guy.
But I've also heard through the grapevine that he like built this compound, like he built this fucking big ass house in the middle of nowhere, and he lives there with like 40 other people, and it's like I don't know, like I think he's been inside for a very long time, and he's grinding. He's grinding out content constantly, and I feel like inevitably you just kind of get to the point where you're just insane because you're not doing anything else. I think he's becoming engaging in the cycle.
I think you're right. I think he's becoming the character he made. Like where it was kind of like a front and say like you've met him, hung out with him, normal guy, and then after a while you kind of start to take on that persona. It's like it kind of becomes you because people like
I understand.
Remember Dave Rubin, for example.
Oh yeah,
Dave Rubin used to seem like very reasonable in 2016, 2017 or whatever. Just a normal kind of guy that's just like annoyed with what's happening in his camp with some people. That was when you just took whatever allies you could get, really, because so much of it felt fucking monolithic. Like it felt like every company was like pushing really stupid shit constantly, like like BuzzFeed and fucking like just everybody, MTV, just, like it was just it got out of control.
Like, and like a lot of big people, like, and you just felt like, all right, well,
Can you believe that's 5 years ago? All that shit was happening like 5 years ago.
That was like
Isn't that wild?
That was 6 to 8 years ago now.
Well, for me, for me, it was like 5 years before I even like had any. Cause like, I just didn't pay attention to shit like that at all. And then all of a sudden, like 2017, 2016, that shit started happening, and it's just like, dang. And that was so long ago because I feel like those conversations kind of got really brought up during the time of the presidency.
Yeah. Well,
and I feel like it feels like eons ago to me now.
It was definitely happening before that. There was a ramping up from like because I remember late 2013 to 2014 was when it like I started to notice it because that was when I got that fucking message because like I tweeted I on Facebook back when Facebook was something that you used. I went on and I fucking there was like this thing, I think it was like a feminist Facebook page that posted something that was just ostensibly like untrue. Like even today, people like Vosh and like people in that community would be like, yeah, that's just categorically not true. And I remember thinking like I wrote something under it. I was like, I don't think this is accurate at all. And I left it there. Like I didn't even like I wasn't like argumentative or nothing. And I got a call from a friend of mine who worked at a job that I had quit months ago, but I still had on my Facebook work history. Like I never updated it because I just didn't care. And I got a call from them and they were like, yo, people are calling about you. I tried to tell them you don't work here, but I got like 4 calls today. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I go back and like, because I had this really mundane disagreement with a random feminist Facebook post with like 300 fans, like they had people like trying to call my name and get me, or call my job and get me fired. And I remember like, this is fucking lunacy. And then I started looking shit up and I was like, oh, it is insane. I can't believe I didn't notice it. And that's when I started making videos about it. So if there's like a 2014, circa 2014 feminist watching this, it's your fault that I'm here. You did this. But thank you, by the way. It worked out pretty cool. But I think, I don't know, just the idea that like there are so many people who don't want Gamergate to die. And I just don't understand it. It's people on the left who want it to keep going for some weird reason. It's people who are like still holding on to like there's still channels from back then that are still doing the same thing. And it's like, bro.
Right.
And it's the same video that I've seen 100,000 times already.
There's a part of me that
fucking cartoon avatar. I'm so tired.
There's a part of me that wants to, there's a part of me that wants to have like a discussion with some of these larger bread tube motherfuckers that keep peddling that shit to clarify, like, yo, you guys are saying this, and there's documentaries trying to be made, fucking Brianna Wu and this and her experience and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not discounting that she got fucked with a lot, because I did discover people like Ethan Ralph was a thing back in the day, and his base and all his they were fucking with people.
Serpent.
I didn't know. I legitimately didn't know. I didn't know those people existed until a few years later. Like with that internet blood sport shit when they're all screaming at each other. I didn't know that they were around that time. I had no idea.
The internet Bloodsports
do you think
was like
that's the darkest period of time for you toward the internet? Like that was when the creatures crawled off the primordial ooze, and it was just like madness, like just darkness came out, and they just started doing the most fucked things. Because I watched like a 3-hour video on Ethan Ralph, and I was like, "Yo, this guy is a monster," but it's fantastic. It's like monstrous in the most like, this is a bad guy and we need a hero kind of shit, where it's almost entertaining.
Like a villain, legit villain. Yeah. It's I just want. I would love that, because like I just the fucking that itch. I just want that moniker. I want that thing to just fucking die for real and just show, because I know the people that I talk to, people like you, Chris, that were legitimately annoyed by what was happening in the gaming industry, because we play video games. That's what we do, and then it's like, this is dumb. Why is this happening? This is silly.
There's a lot of revisionist history, and it's right. Really annoying, because I specifically remember being like, specifically with the Depression Quest thing, where it's like, hey, this game gets a lot of coverage for a game that doesn't look particularly impressive, and that's a little weird, because I knew people who were making games that looked impressive that did not get coverage no matter how hard they tried. And I remember being like, what the fuck is this? And it turns out they're all friends with each other. And it's like, cool, but they never said that. They never... Right. They never made that information clear, which is like a huge breach. Like, I still think that. I still think it's like, no, if you're going to cover your friend's story, you should at least either say that you know this person or recuse yourself from covering it so there are no biases. That's just how basic journalism works. You can't have a fucking JP Morgan Chase CEO doing a fucking expose on JP Morgan Chase for the fucking Wall Street Journal that's owned by JP Morgan. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have that fucking happening. You need like a basic thing, because it's like, again, like I just knew developers. And it's frustrating to see that, because these are talented people, and then you see this text-based game. It's like, what? Like, maybe it could get coverage, but like, I knew something was up, and turns out there was. And then they updated their terms of service. I remember at some point, I think in like 2017, they did that, and I remember being like, cool. That was it. And then I fucked off.
Ended a fight.
Yeah, I fucked off, and then like all that was left was like the bubbling, like the gunts that were just like, fucking, and they were like, yes, freedom. Like, why are these women here still? And it's like, yeah, dude, bro, that was never the point.
That shit, that sucked, bro.
Comes out the ooze. I'm here. Yes.
That's where things got that's when things got like so out of hand, where it's like, dude, what are you guys talking about? I remember making videos about things like, have you seen this? And I watched, like, say I watched a Batwoman trailer on CW, and I'm like, and I was like,
I remember your video like about that.
But I was like, look, I was like, that looks like trash. I'm not gonna watch that. And then that was my take. But there's people like, but the fact that it even exists, they're like, people like freaking out. I'm like, dude, I don't watch 99% of shows on anything. Like, I don't give a fuck about Batwoman on CW. I don't care. The fuck is wrong with you?
It reminds me a lot of like back in the Sarkeesian days when there would be a lot of people being like, this game is so sexist that it shouldn't exist. And it's like, no, just don't play it. Just don't like let it like what's the I don't see a problem with having a game where just hey, here's a game and everyone's fucking half naked. And they're all women. Here you go. Like, there's nothing.
Women. Oh yeah,
right.
You want to be. We want them to be women, not men.
I'm a fucking adult that can watch porn. Why the fuck can I play that game? Like, what the hell? Yeah. Like, why can't I play a game with half naked women?
They should all be women, not men.
Like, to me, it's just like this fucking, I don't know, the sanctimoniousness of it.
I want women to be half naked, not dudes.
And that's the thing. Dude, but let's be real about that whole fucking a charlatan like Arnita Sarkeesian, who is proven a charlatan. There's footage out there that she never played video games. Call it. Like, it's proven.
Yeah, there's revisionist history everywhere where like it's like, oh, actually, in retrospect, her work is really good. It's like, no, you watch it. Go watch it. Come on. Dude, you're out of your mind.
She stole a bunch of people's money too. She never finished her fucking project.
She stole money. She didn't finish the thing. She stole footage. The footage that she showed disproved what she was saying. I remember, I'll never forget that. There was a whole thing where it was like, Hitman incentivizes you to kill hookers, and it shows Hitman killing a hooker and immediately getting penalized for it. And I was like, are you even looking at the game you're playing?
No,
it is
absolutely not.
Fucking astounding. And it's like, it bothers me that people like go on Twitter sometimes. They're like, I had an SJW phase or an anti-SJW phase or whatever. And now I don't. And it's like, so you all of a sudden you think like manspreading is a genuine problem.
Right.
Like what's happening today is not what was happening back then.
100%. Thank you.
It's so clear as day, but I think so many people went down that rabbit hole where they were like, yeah, I got to milk the views.
100%.
I got to stoke the flames of anger. I got to make people upset about everything.
Because that's when the money was in it, bro. That's when the money was rich and it was fucking flowing, man. It was flowing.
Right. But look, here's the thing.
It was that and the apocalypse. Like fucking Look, man, PewDiePie, fair enough. Cool. You're not a bad person or nothing, but you fucked everything up. Everything up.
He was I don't think look, I think it was a lot of shit that was going on during that time that caused it. Not like looking back on like everything that was going on that period of time, but he definitely was the final meteorite that hit the ground, and the rest of the dinosaurs were like, "Fuck."
I don't think it was his. I don't think it was his fault in the sense that what he did was so bad. Like I don't think what he did inherently.
He was just the catalyst, dude. He was the catalyst for the journalist to.
He was Ollie. He was the Ollie at the end of Game of Thrones that stabbed Jon Snow for the final stab that killed him for real. Like he was still technically alive 7 stabs before, but that last stab killed him.
It wasn't even that. What it was that like he was doing stuff that was like edgy, but not like it wasn't like Filthy Frank or like iDubbbz at the time. Like it wasn't that tier, but they weren't nearly that big.
Exactly.
The fact that PewDiePie was so big and he was doing stuff that was even a fraction as edgy, that was a big mistake. Because I understand you want your freedom to do whatever you want, but at the same time, dude, like you fucking
a lot of eyes on
you're too big. You're too big.
You're too big for that privilege. It's like, okay, too bad. Wah, I can't do what I want. I guess I'll have to deal with my millions of dollars.
My millions of dollars from playing video games.
This nigga never has to work again. He never has to work again.
For real.
That to me was like, I don't know, man. Like, I get it. Like, and I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to be like the police who's telling him like he can't make certain content, because obviously like you can do whatever you want. It's just a matter of like I thought what he did was hilarious. I thought like when he paid those guys in fucking Indonesia or whatever the fuck to hold that sign up, and they did it. I thought that for $5. I thought that was insane, and it was hilarious.
And so did he, because if you see his reaction, he's like, "Oh shit, they did it."
Yeah, he's like, he can't believe they did that. Like, and I just fucking. It was funny. It's just a matter of like that's going to be seen by tens of millions of people. It's not like the hair cake that's going to be like it's a couple million people. Maybe like because it's so outrageous.
The hair cake was so good,
100%.
Bro. That was just a peak. That was not everyone has different peaks, you know. Because I'm pretty sure people before us, the little older ones, probably think the peak was like the Niga Higa time, you know.
No, I don't think so. I think unanimously, like that period of time was like peak internet, because that was when you could
find anything to laugh at, bro. You could laugh at anything.
You could make good money not posting every single day. That wasn't like the thing. Like it was something that a lot of people did, but it didn't mean that like if you didn't do that, you couldn't do well. You know, like now it's like that is the bias of the algorithm. Back then it was just something that didn't hurt you at all. In fact, it helped you just because you had more content. It was getting more views because you had more content that was making more money, because that's how math works. But like back then, you could do whatever you wanted. You weren't going to get demonetized unless you like had copyright. Copyright was a bigger problem back then. But demonetization was not that big of a problem at all.
It didn't exist yet, really.
Yeah.
It did, but it was so rare. You had to like, I had a couple of videos demonetized in 2015, but it was because I was talking about the terrorist attacks in Paris. And then I talked about the Mattress Girl, if you remember Mattress Girl.
Oh my God. Wait.
That
sounds familiar.
Oh my God. Okay, so.
Wait. It's. Oh no. Ooh.
I'll give you a sec. I'll give you a sec.
It was oh no.
Mattress Girl is a perfect example of like the type of shit that we would talk about.
She carried around Did she?
Yes.
Was it she carried around the mattress that she was like.
She carried it around as a symbol of her victimization, even though she lied about being sexually assaulted by somebody in college.
No.
It was proven false,
man.
and she still was like, "I'm gonna carry this for justice." And it was like one of those things where it's like, we know these are rare, but we need to talk about shit like this because. You can't just let somebody fucking lie and then just get away with it and then just carry this fucking mattress around campus. Like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't lie and then just still be completely fine. Like, well, we got to talk about this shit.
That is
but that
crazy.
got demonetized because in my title I used the R word, because that's what I was talking about.
But that's the thing. It's like there were ways. Avoiding that stuff was very easy.
Right, you're right. Totally,
it was very easy. All you had to do was not type a slur in the chat in the title, and you were basically.
I learned.
What makes it crazy is that the idea of that period of time, it affected everyone, bro. Like, that is something. I watched comic book YouTubers that were getting affected by that shit. And they were that's like one of the happiest ends, unless you're the quartering who should just go to sleep for a long time. Everyone in that space is just happy, chilling, you know?
I'm glad you brought up the quartering though, man. Because there's also a narrative that, everybody left the anti-SJW thing once the money dried up. I'm like, excuse me. The money didn't dry up. There's just a lot of people, like me and Chris, for example, that are like, They everybody fucked off. Like the MTV News stopped making retarded videos. All those companies that were just BuzzFeed and that were just making the stupidest mansplaining, all this crap. That rap dude. I still every once in a while think about that hip hop thing that you reacted to. Do you remember that?
Oh my god, that video
was it the MC search
yes.
one?
Yes.
Oh
I think about that every
God.
once in a while because I just can't believe that's a real thing. I can't believe
can't
it's
believe
real.
those are real.
I still can't believe it's real to this day. And I'm like,
terrible.
There's no who's making content like that anymore? It stopped. So we stopped. It's pretty simple. I'm like, but then you have the fucking quartering who literally asks his audience to give me content to be mad at. Like, give me something so I can put 6 videos out a day.
I don't like him, but his work ethic is.
I did look.
Immaculate,
all
bro.
of the
That's
people,
a worker.
All of the people that like that, 100% agree. Get your money. You're doing it. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with like the work ethic, but like for me, it's like I joined the site in the first place to make things that I thought were funny and good.
Right.
And I don't think you can do that several times a day, every single day. I don't think that's possible. I think
your light will go out. Your light will go out eventually. You'll just.
Do you think so? Do you think at some point I'll just post like random garbage every day?
I
don't know. I think if you try,
I could. Yeah, I could. I should.
Your hardest.
It's just
to make great content every day. You will fade out.
Oh yeah, if you tried your hardest to make great
out.
content every day, mind fried. But if you were just to pick a topic and talk about it for 10 to 15 minutes, multiple like 5 topics and then talk about it for 10 to 15 minutes, the problem is for most people, they don't care. Like I don't like. I'm talking about the creator. I don't care to talk about that. There is nothing on my mind that I'm like, I want to talk about 5 things right now and rant about it. I don't give a fuck. And neither do they. So that's why the quartering asks his audience, what do you want me to talk about today? Because clearly he has nothing to say.
You're passionate about also. It's like, if you care about something, like the things I care about, I can talk about it for a while. But if I'm
do you want to talk about 5 times
all
a
the videos,
day?
all the videos,
listen.
all these guys' videos are 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Always. Like it's always, it's never like, a 17-minute. I wonder what he has to say.
Like,
it's like, I gotta get I gotta hit 10 minutes. I gotta hit 10 minutes, and I gotta get that like the last 20 seconds for the clicks, for that click, for the little like the clicky thing, and then we're set. It's never more than it needs to be, which means it's completely obligational. Yeah, and fair enough, it's a job, but like I mean, like, right. I don't know. It's there, bro. You know.
All I'm saying is that if I made a video about D&D, I love it so much that I couldn't make it a quick thing because how much I care about what it is. My heart won't let me make it quick.
How could you care about getting angry about things that you just learned
care
about? You just
It's
learned
like
about a
getting
thing, and now you're gonna just go off the cuff. You haven't researched really any of it. Like, what blows my mind too is that these guys, like, they'll censor themselves, which is frustrating. Like, I've seen the Quartering do this a lot, where he reads an article and he goes like, he reads sex on the screen and he says, relations, to avoid monetization or demonetization. But it's like, but it's like you're posting so many times a day. Like, what? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, like, I don't censor myself at all. And I post, like, once every fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, surely, like, to me, it's like you're making enough content to not have to compromise your ability to speak for fear of, like, losing money. Like, I just don't believe, like, because your content can't truly be demonetized, in a sense, if you're posting that much. Because at some point, that video that you're using, even if it gets demonetized, links to all of your other shit. Nobody has a truly demonetized video in the truest sense, especially if they're posting several times a day.
Right.
I just don't buy
your
it.
views will increase exponentially just because of people clicking on your
Because
other
of the
videos,
volume.
autoplay, and just everything. But it
also
just lets
comes
you know
across as
that
it just comes across as so weak to me, because it's like, this is the crowd. It's like, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Relations. Just say sex. Say pussy. Say fuck. You're on the internet. What is the point?
Pussy.
What is the point of making content on the internet if you're just going to be as fucking buttoned down as you are on television? Be a person. It blows my mind.
I told
It's wild. It's insane.
But it lets you know. But like I said, the people that watch this stuff, they're not.
I know.
They're not brilliant people.
I know.
They haven't figured out that
They're not.
this content is.
Tell me if you could sit down. You telling me if you could sit down and look at the Quartering, make dumb fucking critiques of Miles Morales' video game that are just so pencil thin.
What about that black dwarf in Lord of the Niggas or whatever?
Oh my God.
Oh God. It's the end of the fucking world. It's the end of the world.
They're gonna ruin everything. They're gonna take everything from us. It's like,
black dwarfs can't exist underground. That's not how melanin
they're black. They're black.
But guys, you would have been mad about this if it happened in 2016. No. Here's the reality of the situation. Here's the reality, right? Like, if we were talking about this in a 2016 context, here's what the story would be. There would be some weird push on some weird website somewhere, and it would have been picked up by BuzzFeed. Let's take Lord of the Rings off of store shelves and off of services because it's not diverse enough. You know? Or
thank you.
Let's take it off and replace it with this random fucking woke retelling where everything is like supposed to be emblematic of like modern day diversity quotas or whatever.
Right.
And then that's the definitive version of Lord of the Rings, and that's the only one. That's the context of how insane shit was in 2016, where you had people arguing that certain games shouldn't exist. You had people arguing that certain franchises shouldn't be out for people to see at all. Like, that was the context of 2016.
It's crazy.
And
having
a new version of something that sucks, you can make fun of it for sucking, but don't pretend it's like some big fucking political statement. The original Lord of the Rings is always going to exist, and it's always going to be the definitive fucking version of that movie. You think that show's going to be good? It's an Amazon series.
Yeah, let's be real.
I hope. I can pray, but it's not going to be good. We know. We know.
It's not going to be as good as the shit that you already experienced. And it's like, the fact that you're already complaining about this, it's just one of those things where, and I've said this a lot, like when we talk about 2016, I've said this emphatically, that I'm like, yo, I don't care about diversity if it's good. Like, if they're changing things for diversity purposes, and I use this as an example a lot, the mid-2000s Justice League animated series, where they brought in Jon Stewart instead of Hal Jordan. Mm-hmm. And Jon Stewart became default the best Green Lantern. Everyone's like, dude, Jon Stewart's way better than fucking Hal Jordan. Especially since Hal Jordan's essentially Barry Allen. They're the same fucking person, personality-wise.
Oh, man.
So
I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna make you mad.
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about it. We're not
Hal
even.
Jordan
not even
is
going
my
there.
favorite Green Lantern.
That's fine. I don't care. I don't care. That is not the point. That is not the point. The point is, for diversity purposes, they brought in, because they're like, this is just all white niggas. It's just all white people. Let's bring in a black guy. Let's put in a little bit of balance. They brought in Jon Stewart, And dude, the arc of Jon Stewart and Hawk Girl,
Owl Girl
is
Hawk
like
Girl, there you go.
Jesus, yeah, is my favorite thing of that show. It works so well. And then I liked how Wally West and Jon Stewart played off of each other. You had this very serious military guy and the wacky freaking Flash. The contrast was perfect. And I'm like, I had zero problem with that. I don't care. It's like bringing in, well, we talk about Will Smith now, but like when Will Smith is like, I'm gonna play Deadshot. I'm like, I like Will Smith. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I do not care. Why is this because you change? Like, I don't care.
You have to be a very specific kind of character for me to care when they change something like very surface level about you.
It has to be like very wild.
Like, to me, it's like if they made a Halo movie and Sergeant Johnson was a white guy, I'd be like, that's wrong. That's really stupid. Don't do that. Or if Halsey was like anything but a white woman. Like to me, like Halsey's a white woman. Like that's like that. There are certain things that you don't change. But like I remember seeing the cast.
No, you're right. You're right about certain things.
But like a black like who cares? And just the thing but hold on. Because they did this with the Halo show where like Captain Keyes is a black guy, and I remember being like, that's kind of weird. Like, because I was like, he's very clearly like a white. It doesn't define him or nothing, but I remember thinking like, that's a weird choice. And then having watched the show, let me tell you something. Least of the show's problems.
I knew you were gonna say that.
If I were to even list all the problems, I don't think that would even be in the top 56 of them.
Damn.
Right.
Okay.
For me, I think I'm the person that like I stand by the fact that I think diversity is very important. I think it's a very important thing to see people that look like you, especially in your younger formative years. See people like you that do stuff. I think that's fine. I don't think diversity is bad necessarily. My problem is the way that diversity was implemented.
It's
the era in which you're talking about.
Right.
Shit like that was happening. I hate to agree, but shit like that was like going on. They were like, let's just remove this and put this version in there. And it's like, no, don't go about it like that. You're right.
It
was an insane level of pushing out things that were non-diverse in a almost aggressive manner, which is the problem with things in general. Because it's like, instead of fixing things and going forward in a wonderful America, we just cover shit up. And we try to divert. But things is like, hey, look over here. Look at this is going on. Instead of like, that's the problem.
It's not even just that too. It's that they do it and then they pat themselves on the back for having done something important. It's like when Disney always does this thing where it's like, it's the first gay person in a Disney film, and they do it once a year. For like the last 5 years they've been doing this. It's like, oh, look, in the background of Moana, you can kind of see two guys looking at each other a little bit.
Yeah,
and then they're like, I recently heard.
Aren't we cool?
I recently heard this.
What
Disney, made me mad.
They're always they're always funding fucking like conservative policies. So it's like that like anti fucking LGBT shit all the time. So it's like
so it's funny because for me it's like it's the idea of like, I recently heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that Poe and Finn were gay, and I was just like,
well, that was a need for that. They're not, but that was just a rumor when it came out. But it's not.
Yeah,
true.
that was just the fandoms doing what they do. Where they just
what
if Master Chief and the Gravemind fucked? And it's like, I guess you have a right to be alive, but I won't talk to you.
That's awesome. I don't know what you're talking
about. The kind of shit you hear. I heard that, and when Goku had just finished the freaking Gallic Gun Kamehameha battle, and he was just strained at his max. Hearing that made me feel like Goku in that moment. Just where I have to go to sleep immediately.
Oh, that's when he's at Kaioken times 10, right? That's when he hit times 10,
He was at times 4, and he was just so jacked.
Oh, he was at times 4? I thought when did he hit times 10, though? Oh, that was like Super, wasn't it? Never mind.
No, times 10 is when he fought Frieza.
What?
Was it?
He had Kaioken on the whole time, and he was just like, I'm using Kaioken.
I thought
so he only went to times 4 when he first fought Vegeta? Damn, it's been a while, dude. I gotta watch that again.
Because he says, because the whole moment is like, KO Ken times 4. That's a whole moment where he says that, and then Vegeta's like, what? What does he do? And he gets fucked over.
How long did you guys think Frieza was a girl for? Because it was a
gun.
long time.
Still,
it was a long
for a very long time. It was because of fucking.
No, he's a he.
It was because the fucking voice, the American dub voice. So I'm like, oh, Frieza's definitely a woman.
Yeah,
and then like, I kept hearing he, and I'm like, I confused. I was like, they were using the pronoun he, and I'm like, well, but that's clearly a woman. Like, what
Dragon Ball Z?
That's a bitch.
Dragon Ball Z. Let me tell you something. Dragon Ball Z ahead of their time.
They were.
So is Halo.
Hell yeah.
Okay, wait. Before we go into questions, 'cause I think that's where we're heading now, right?
Well, Arbiter.
I have a question for Derek. Okay, I have a question for Derek. Right, this little spat that me and Chris got into.
Wait, what was it about?
I was hoping that you would forget.
Oh, I'm not. I have the image open right here, right now. All right? Right here, right now. Okay.
What are we talking about here?
You know what Digimon are, right?
Of course.
Okay.
They're the champions.
Let's just say. I
hate that.
There is a Digimon who has the form. You know who Angelomon is, right?
Dude, I don't remember most of the Digimon.
I'll show you. I'll stream the image to you. So you got to put this inside. When it's edited, you got to put it inside.
Don't do that.
You got to do it. You got to. Look at this. Look at this.
What we got here?
Let's say I gave this creature the pipe, right? But then afterwards, she reverted to a cat form that she had prior. There's nothing wrong with that because she was a human-shaped creature when I was delivering the schmeat. Correct?
I do remember this, and I just choose Japanese niggas are so fucking. Dude,
they're devious. They're devious and they're diabolical. But
they have to figure out like how do we fuck this? We have to make.
I guess, you know what? Fine, I'll watch the stream.
Look at this. Look
God
at this.
Damn it.
Look at this.
How do I get out of here?
Digital titties. Tittymon are the titties. Change into digital cannons to
come on, bro.
Digital breast.
Digimon breast. Am I wrong? Whatever it turned into afterwards, I'm not fucking that.
She looks like a Valkyrie, so that's pretty hot. I'll say that. That's pretty cool.
Are you on my side then?
Well, see, it's if I didn't know what if I didn't know what it was prior, I'd be all over it. But the problem is I knew what it was before. So, like, say for example,
let's say if
there was a dog that just showed up right now and turned into a really hot chick, I'd be like, what's happening? I can't do it. I can't do it.
Let's say I remove that idea. You don't know that. You're fucking that. You're like, dang, that was good. She's like, yeah, that was great. And then it digivolves back. It digivolves into a cat. And you're like, oh shit. Are you really a villain?
I mean, look, if I wasn't aware,
I would really a villain. To be real.
This is what the man brain would do. I would first be a little distraught, but then I'd be like,
a little.
Yo, yeah, can I? Well, of course, but then I'd be like, yo, can I see you tomorrow? can I see you tomorrow?
You devious motherfucker. You devious. Digimon are intelligent. They have human levels of intelligence, all right? They're smart. They have their own societies. They have their own fucking economy and shit. So,
I mean, are all Digimon fucking like animal things other than this? Like, I don't remember.
All of them start off as animals at one point.
I remember that dumbass dinosaur thing.
All of them are some form of animal at first. That's the thing about Digimon.
And then
they always have some point where they're animals and then they become people some point.
So where is its original form? Because
its original form, let's
you do the on the fly editing, Kingston.
Yeah,
because I see everything, so you just do it.
Into digital niggas.
Okay, so you gotta go its prior form.
To
fuck so this is when it was a cat.
Pussy.
At this point, it was a cat, and then prior to that, it was that.
That thing digivolves into that hot ass bitch, dude. God damn.
Exactly. It does that, all right?
First of all, why the fuck are you even... Why did this come to your mind at all?
Because on stream...
he was ranking the hottest Digimon, I think.
No, first we went through. I didn't rank anyone because I stayed clear. First, you're ranking the hottest races in Skyrim, and obviously I put Farmer at the complete bottom.
Are they gonna put it at the top?
Garbage.
They're pretty. They're not bad.
You would fuck a Farmer?
They have Kylie Jenner's hands.
I
don't respect you guys.
I'm pretty sure they have like fucking glass in their pussy. Nah, dude, no way.
Okay, good. As long as because if you seriously would fuck a Farmer, I would have left the podcast.
Their pussy's probably just made of like cartilage or something.
Move on.
So then we continue from there, and it got to Digimon waifus. And Derek, there's a staggering amount of thickly built, big-breasted Digimon. Like a staggering amount.
Like every other piece of Japanese media anime?
Well, yes. Yes, but the fact that there's so many Digimon that are big-breasted females is wild.
It is pretty funny because it is a kid's show. That is pretty good. I like that. It's a kid's show and there's a bunch of titties. I don't remember. I mean, when I see that, I'm like, because I think there was a male version of that, like Valkyrie. Well, it's not a Valkyrie, but like an angel.
It was Angemon. It's Angemon and Angewoman.
Okay. Wow, so that's dumb. Revolutionary.
Nail meat fucking head, bro. But just saying.
So, Angel Woman? Are you serious? That's what it was called?
Yeah, Angel Woman. Listen, that's the conversation.
Would you fuck a Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Yeah, definitely.
That's so quick.
I did want.
I'd fuck a dragon easily. I'd fuck a dragon as a dragon.
Okay, would you threesome with? Would you fucking? I would say okay. No, we'll do a threesome, but it's gonna be the Dark Magician,
okay,
and Angel Woman and yourself, but the Dark Magician really wants to get at you. Like he's interested in you and not Angel Woman.
Nah. Because unless it's having gay sex, and I'm not there yet. I'm not there in my life yet. You know, like I'm not. Like, that's not where. Like I don't know the future. The future has a lot of mysteries and shit like that to it. But right now, I can say I don't want a man fucking me. I can say that pretty safely at this moment in my life. You know,
your homie's gonna be very disappointed, bro. Your homie's gonna be very disappointed. Your homie's gonna be very disappointed that you don't want to fuck him. I mean, that's
hey, bro,
you're not a good, you're not a good friend.
No. I said I don't want a man fucking me. I said nothing about me fucking my homies. All right, let's get that straight, okay? Gotcha. Let's get that very straight. All right,
gotcha. All right. I just want to check you, dude. I just want to be sure.
All right, because hey, bro,
sure.
Have you seen those memes where what the fuck?
What is
I had
happening?
to put the radioactive suit on because your fucking takes are fucking terrible and they're poisoning me.
You're supposed to say toxic. You're supposed to say toxic. You fucked up.
Toxic
or irradiated?
Toxic, like Britney Spears. Listen, my argument was simple. It's like you said that they were creatures, and then you backpedaled into saying, they're not. No, hold on, because under the context of them being animals, my answer would be no. I would not fuck a Digimon. But like then you backed up and you were like, no, they're not creatures. They're digital. It's just data. Which I guess is different.
Is that not the same as being like, but they're cartoons, so it's okay, if you know what I'm saying?
No, not exactly.
I think it's different because it's like Digimon. It's an animal. Like I think there's a difference between like that's essentially VR at that point. You know what I mean? Like if it's just data, it's like to me like having like a Yu-Gi-Oh magic summon where it's like some hot bitch. That's different than like an animal. You know, I don't know. There's something about that like the fact that it just exists in nature and just has to be theoretically enslaved to take part in anything. Like,
hell yeah, it's awesome.
You're a demon.
Anyway,
devil. Fuck you.
But there is something weird. I mean, it's just if they are digital and it's all fucking made up and make believe, I guess. Like, because what turns into it's not like they're what were those things called the Bloody Roar. It's not like they're like furries, you know what I mean? That's why it's so that it's a cat thing and then now it's a hot angel bitch. I mean,
things get hazy. The line blurs. But all I'm saying is this. I'm fucking Angewoman, all right? I don't care what you guys say. I don't care what you guys try to construe this as. I'm getting me some of that flying pussy.
And get some cat pussy.
She's not a cat. She's an angel while I'm fucking her.
She's a cat.
She's an angel while I'm fucking her. And then if she turns into a cat afterwards, that's a whole other problem.
Cat
but while
pussy.
I'm fucking her, she's an angel.
All right, God bless you.
Digital pussy.
All right.
Digital
Pussy
Scarlet
must-
Pussy.
Let's move on to some questions. This is by the way, gonna be a longer episode because we took a long time to get to the questions. So,
Oh right, holy shit! It's like one. Yeah. You're like hour half.
What are we at? Holy fuck!
it flies by. It was a good episode though. So let's
Digital
all right.
pussy.
Let's start off with JFK's head because JFK's headache. Sorry.
Oh, is that the
It was a really quick
Guy?
one. It was a really quick one.
Yeah, it's a guy. It's a guy right in. He wrote, "Hey guys, this is more of a thank you. All three of you and your passions have contributed something to my life. Derek, I finally tried Mass Effect and it has become my absolute favorite trilogy to ever
Let's
exist.
go.
I fell in love with it. Sween, while I've never
Let's go.
played, you've given me a genuine interest in D&D. And Chris, with all your talk of Imagine Dragons, my brain auto-corrected Rise Against to Imagine Dragons because I thought he was going to insult me. With your talk of Rise Against, they made their way onto my Spotify and have not heard a bad song yet. I genuinely love the music. Figured through all the bullshit, it would be nice to hear a thank you for just showing me more things that I can enjoy. Thanks for the laughs that the podcast gives. So I just wanted to say that because that's nice. I appreciate
That's very
that.
nice. You're
It's always
welcome,
good
my
to be told that we're
nigga.
not. It's
Yeah.
always good to not be put down, you know? Like, being put down definitely hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to some Ethan Ralph
Fuck
questions.
me running. God
Some
damn.
Ethan Ralph questions.
Badly
Always
Brave.
ends up there.
Badly Brave wrote and he says, "Hey, Coctor Coctopus, Pete Zorman, Pete Osborne, an inevitable Sandman pun." I don't know what that
Ooh.
means. What's the Sandman pun? Ooh.
No, we haven't made one yet. We got to make one.
We gonna, though. We gonna.
Oh man.
It has to be natural. This isn't working.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not working. We can't force it. We'll get back to you, Badly Brave. But he says, "You often talk about Ethan Ralph, but are there any other walking dumpster fires of human beings that you guys can't take your eyes off of? I used to be partial to Big Dick Mike Matei from Cinemassacre, but he's calmed down in recent years. I remember Mike Matei. Mike Matei did that weird He did like a Let's Play of Minecraft with a cartoon cutout of Inspector Gadget. And it was just this horrible video where he just made this terrible joke where he was voicing the cartoon Inspector Gadget. And he was like, "I love playing Minecraft. Minecraft is such a good game. Minecraft."
God,
You should all look that shit up. It's terrible. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Ethan Ralph's pretty...
Terrible. He said it's
like on that level.
terrible. You look up. It's terrible.
I used to watch. Well, there's nothing. There's no one specific. I could just say I used to watch like well, I watch reality. Basically, there's a lot of people like Ethan Ralph in that 90 Day Fiance, for example.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
yeah.
they're not as evil, but obviously, but they're on the same level of just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you ever do that? You know, there's cameras on you, right? Like it's like, I don't understand, and I can't get enough of it, man. I can't get enough of it.
I love the fact that Ethan Ralph's a real person, bro. It just
It's
gives
awesome.
me this level of solace, you know, where it's just like, wow, you suck.
It's almost like there can only
You
be so much.
suck.
It's like there can only be so much bad that, like, to know that a lot of it is concentrated in one space is nice.
Yeah, it gives me a level of safety where it's like, at least it's trapped here, you know? If he has
man.
kids, though, those kids they're gonna be like Iker. They're
I
not even gonna
feel
be like
so
born in real
fucking
forms.
bad
Doesn't he already
for-
have a kid?
All right,
He has
let's
2 kids now. He has 2
let's
kids.
not. Let's look. God,
I feel
God
bad. I'm
bless
just
them.
gonna say, I
bless
really hope that they have good lives, man. Because Jesus,
Yeah, sincerely. But I don't know, man. Like, Ethan Ralph is definitely the top of that list, man. Like, I can't think of many people. Like, there were people back in the day that were kind of like fun to just kind of like. DSP was one of those people where, like, Dark Side Phil, where he got
he's
like,
still around.
yeah, he's still around, but he's like
still
not
here.
He's not. I think
Yeah,
he
he's not. He's
ratioed-
not in the meta. He's not in the meta.
I think he ratioed a company recently. What was it?
It was the Oscars, dude. It was the Academy
That's
Awards.
right. He ratioed the fucking Academy
I
Awards.
looked under the tweet and I
How?
saw DSP and I laughed so hard.
And he fucking wrecked him. And he fucking destroyed. Did you see that
Totally.
kid? Did you see that kid? I forgot to bring this up. Did you see that kid who like went to a Ben Shapiro lecture and he was like, You sound like a bozo. You can't even get your wife wet, bro. You gay.
Like, you can't even get pussy. He said you can't even. Dude, it's this black dude that's like pretty flamboyant, and he was like, whatever, bro. You're a bozo. He's like, you can't even get pussy. You can't even make your wife wet. It's fucking
and then it's just
amazing.
It is. Look,
I'll send it to you, man. My lady sent it. I'm gonna send it to you so you can see it.
Look. It's not a good counter argument to whatever it is Ben Shapiro was
Good.
saying.
I don't want a good counter argument. Fuck that shit.
Because I don't know what the fuck he was saying. But that was fucking funny. That was funny.
That was better than any intellectual shit that they ever could have. That you know what I'm saying?
I've never seen anybody call some like a bozo.
It's a good word. It's a fucking great word.
I gotta look this up.
We gotta bring that word back.
I'm sending it to you right now. I'm sending it to you right now.
Yeah, you're gonna get it on your. Don't play it through your phone and fuck up the audio.
Yeah, I'm sending. Come on. Okay, yeah, I'm sending it to you right now. But
I love it. Have
you seen it already?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. But yeah, so it's fantastic, and there's people in the comment section that are being all they're just being all uppity. They're being all oh, how could you? Like there was one that I saw specifically, like this person. I hope the terminally online Shapiro got own crowd realizes that this is the cringiest shit to normal people, right? This belongs in a cringe compilation alongside the people celebrating its epic own of literally just insulting the speaker. And I'm just like, will you shut the fuck up, dude? Like, they put Ben Shapiro on this fucking pedestal. Meanwhile, Ben Shapiro makes videos reacting to crazy leftist TikToks. Like that's his fucking lane.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro is like just making these stupid fucking videos and putting 17 ads in his videos, and then these people are like, "That's awesome," and then this guy is just calling him a clown. Essentially, he's a fucking bozo that can't get pussy. Which is, I mean, I think it's a fair assessment.
It's just funny to say to him. It's so funny to. It's funny to say to a married person.
It's him, bro. It's funny that it's him.
It's just funny. It's just funny in like I don't know. Like to me, I think it's funny when something like that happens because they didn't expect that to happen. They didn't prepare for that. Like what definitely. The fuck could Ben Shapiro possibly say in response to "you're a bozo and you get no pussy"? Like what? Like actually,
I get plenty of pussy.
Like I don't know what you could say.
Well, actually,
I fuck my wife. I fuck my wife every other month. Excuse me.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear. It is lazy. It's not like the best thing I've ever seen. But it's amusing.
Me and my wife have sexual relations about once a month. I assure you I get pussy. I assure you I get pussy.
I get something similar to pussy.
Something similar. All right, let's move on. Papa Jesus wrote in. He says, "Hello, hey there, my beautiful boyos. What are some things that are pretty much always funny to you? Especially essentially, what are the cheat codes to get laughed at you? For me, it's videos where people laugh so hard their voice drops an octave or two. Dude, there was I saw a video of some kid laughing through a mask, and it sounded like
Mario.
Yeah,
Did I send you that?
No, you didn't send it to me. But for me, it's Oblivion, man. Oblivion
for me
has yet to be like I still see new things coming out of the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion that I cannot explain to you because they are comedically timed as if someone's doing it on purpose. Like, it's the funniest fucking game without ever trying to be. Like, it's not awesome. like a Borderlands or like any kind of jokey. It's just so like, I don't even want you around me. You want to know why I come to the arena? And then they fucking fly into the sky. And you're just like, what the fuck? And the music is playing in the background. Like, it's like, this is fucking ridiculous. And it continues. That game delivers forever.
You're right. Yeah, I agree with that. That's pretty good.
For me, it's the N-word, bro.
You
the
suck.
N-word makes me laugh.
You suck so much. You're the fucking worst.
It's true. Derek knows it's true. He agrees. It just makes me laugh. Look, he's thinking about it. He's laughing.
It's too much, man. Like, I don't know why that it's not. It shouldn't be that funny. Easy.
I think it's the hurt. I think it's the hurt in my mind about how terrible that word is and how it's been used to just like destroy people. But for me, it makes me laugh because I'm damaged already. I think that's why.
Did we talk about this last episode or a recent episode about how, I think Sweeney, you and I have talked about it several times, like on stream or just in general, but like the whole Call of Duty angle of it. Did we talk about that on the podcast?
I don't know. Have we? Did we bring it up to you, Derek?
What are you saying? What,
so I guess not. We'll say it again real quick, just in case, because we don't want to take too much time. But we were having a conversation about that, the N-word, and how like in Call of Duty, like it's a really sad thing because the N-word doesn't really mean you're racist in that game because it's just become part of the vernacular of that community to the point where there are like 7-year-olds saying it who can't possibly understand the gravity of what it means.
Not even a little bit.
There's this great video that I saw recently, and I think you've seen it too, Derek. Of maybe not, but like I saw it everywhere. Of this kid losing in COD, and he like screams the N-word, and some guy's like, "Dude, what's that?" And he goes, "What is it that he says?" He's
like, "Dude, chill." And he's like, "What do you mean, man? What do you think I'm supposed to say? I'm 1 in 6." That's his mind is like,
"I'm 1 in 6. What did you expect me to say?"
That's awesome.
And it's just like that's so justification. Awesome. It's like wow, it just doesn't mean anything in Call of Duty.
He doesn't. He doesn't. You don't mean it. You don't. When you say that word, you don't mean to hurt anyone.
Well, of course
You're
not.
Just upset. You're just upset.
9 times. No, but that's why. Like, there's reason. There is a reason why it's called a gamer word. That's the reason. It's called. People say like
wild that's like, true.
When Joe Rogan that compilation came out about him dropping N-bombs, like I made a video and I said Joe Rogan like exposed for saying gamer, because like everybody knows what I'm talking about if you say gamer words, like everybody knows.
So terrible.
It's literally
become a gamer word instead of
PewDiePie
like, what it
is
means.
A perfect example. We know that fucking Swede is not some racist bigot, but he's getting his ass whooped in PUBG, and the first thing he can think of is what a fucking boom. And he's like,
"Boom!"
But it's like that bridge is an iconic. That like I know every square inch of that bridge. I know that bridge. I remember that bridge in more detail than I remember some of my immediate relatives who I've seen recently. It is etched into my brain. Him in the corner with his like multicolored kind of hair going on, where he's like blonde and he's like a little bit brown over here. It's like you.
What a fudging
like, angled. He's angled downwards. He's squinting a little bit.
I think he says it and he immediately like, "Ah, man."
Well, yeah, right after that. That's why right after he says, "What a fucking asshole," because tries to correct himself by calling him an asshole, but it's like it's too late, bro.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Like, bro, you know what you said, bro.
It's just so wild that slur is just.
You gotta turn your camera off real quick. Like, if that happens, and scream it and yell it.
No, but it's
yell
crazy.
it like a laser beam out your mouth, bro.
Do you remember like fucking Cell? Do you think? Do you remember, Kingston, when Joe got Call of Duty World War II or whatever?
Yo,
and he brought it. We Kingston and I don't play Call of Duty. We're not Call of Duty people. Like we fell off. Like I fell off it years ago. You never got into it.
But I never really loved Call of Duty.
Yeah. But like he got the new Call of Duty game and he was living with us. He's always been into COD. Like for as long as I've known him, he's been playing Call of Duty. And then he brings it home. We're curious. He's in his room. He's playing it. And we're like, all right, let's see what this is about. Let's see if it's changed any amount in the last 15 years. And it hasn't. But we go in and we're watching. It hasn't been more than 2 minutes.
The game is at most maybe 30 minutes old because Joe got it upon release.
Yeah.
The game is in its infancy online.
And he goes in. We go into his room. He talks through his PlayStation mic, where it's like the fucking camera, which, by the way, is obnoxious and annoying. And I keep telling him to stop. But over the voice chat, sure enough, Quickly, we get the game reward. It's 2 minutes max
with the hurry upness, bro.
Yeah.
With the fucking swiftness. That word has become taken. The horrible historical meaning of that word has been overturned by the gamer use of it. And that is a travesty.
I mean, but is it though? It's almost like
I'm not gonna argue.
It's almost like in a generation. No, there's no argument. In a generation, the hurt that word causes so many people could be eradicated by it just becoming a casual thing to say in a game, to the point where it's like it's there's no more hurt. It's just almost like saying, "Oh shucks." It's just like that's how casual these people are using it.
Can you imagine? Holy fuck!
Could you imagine that reality happens? Shucks.
It's getting close with those
like
with Call of Duty, exclusively Call of Duty, because it wasn't as bad when you jump into like Halo and stuff. It wasn't as bad. There's something about Call of Duty that just
you'd hear it.
It wasn't nearly as like I heard it. I played Halo. Look, I played a lot of Halo. I heard it maybe like 7 times in the entire time that I've been playing.
I heard it a bunch. But it wasn't the same frequency. Because, like, hearing something 60 times and hearing something 5,000 times, there's a big disparity. 60 is still a good number, but 5,000 is damn near always, you know? It's a difference.
Did you see that guy doing Did you see that guy doing speed runs?
Yo, that shit is my favorite content on the internet.
Nah, what happened?
He's trying to get speedrun to call the N-word, or he tries to get speedrun to call the N-word, the F-word, any sort of Arabic slur.
Yeah, it was this guy. I don't know what his content is. I don't know what his name is. But he goes like, "Oh man, I'm doing a speedrun. All right, let's see if we can get." I think it was like sub 3 or something. It was like less than 3 seconds where he just starts the match. He starts the match and he goes, "I'm black.
I'm black. I'm black."
I'm black. And then immediately, it is so fucking funny.
What's
I don't know,
funny
man.
about it is he's gotten it in less than a second.
Yeah. I'm black.
He got it in less than a second. He literally did it. He did it. That is the impossible. He deserves a medal, actually, seriously.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Nobel Peace Prize. Since they just hand those out for nothing.
N-word. Should they just change the name? Should it just be Call of like N-word now?
Maybe. I
Call
feel like
that
might be hard to sell.
Would it
Call
though?
of N-word 3.
Dude, do you think the hardcore Call of Duty people, do you think any of them would stop playing if they changed the
name? Not even
No.
They might play more.
Look, here's the thing. It would probably be the best-selling Call of whatever in the world, but they couldn't advertise it. There would be no ads for it because companies would be like, "We can't do that."
It would just show up on the shelves.
It would show up on the shelves, and people would be like, "What is this? I have to." Like how?
And every time someone sees it, they'd have to buy it. I'd buy 4 copies.
Dude, I have not played the last. I played a little bit of Advanced Warfare with the Kid Diddler. That was the last one that I played. Oh, I played a little bit of the Infinite campaign. I forgot about that.
Okay, I interpreted.
Oh,
that
Kevin
very
Spacey. He was in Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I thought. No, I know. I got that, but what I heard was I played it with a kitty Diddler, and I was like, "What? Why are you playing Call of Duty with a pedophile?"
I can't fucking do this
on purpose.
I can't fucking do this right now. I can't do this,
dude. One of my favorite.
He just has a kid strapped down. He's just yelling the N-word at him and stuff. It was pretty fun.
One of my favorite.
Strap down.
I miss old school like. I miss like early 2010s video game content because I remember this joke like it was yesterday where these guys were on like GTA 5 or whatever and they were playing. There was a kid on the mic, and he was like, "You sound old. Do you know how to just get off the game?" And then he goes, "Does your mom know that you're playing with a sex offender right now?" And it's just. And it's just such good shit. Like I don't think you could say that now. Like I mean you could, but oof, it would be heavily disincentivized.
It's not.
Bro, I felt so
world,
bad for squeaky sounding kids on because they would be destroyed anytime they even made a peep.
Oh yeah, the second they were like, "There's a guy at sea." Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up,
you little dumb bitch, you little pussy.
Squeaker.
That was me. That was me a little bit too, because my voice still cracked, and I was just like, "Hey guys, there's someone over there. Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch."
When I was
Are
playing,
you black?
they smell you through the fucking controller.
You black?
When I was playing Halo 3. When I was playing Halo 3, I was like 13 or whatever. So like I was very much in that area of like I could pass as a woman, like at that point vocally. So like I remember being on the receiving end of a lot of misogyny.
Hell yeah.
Damn, Chris, Chris, stop.
You know what's funny though?
What's the problem?
I'm just gonna say I've went through a lot of misogyny myself.
I'm just saying,
as a survivor.
Look,
as a survivor of those times.
Look, all I'm saying is I understand what it's like, and quite frankly, it's not that bad. Especially if you just stop.
You can't just stop.
You can just stop.
that is a thing.
I'm not involved in this. I'm not involved in this. Look, guys, I love making fun of women, but I'm not. It's not me. I'm gonna stay out of this one.
That's a wise thing.
No.
This is kind of
you stay in your place.
This is kind of an interesting ethical question that half-baked hippie wrote in with.
Let's go.
I think it's it's a very interesting ethical question. Hello, Dennis, Charlie, and Frank Reynolds.
Nice.
Hypothetically, there's an extremely violent and extremely prolific serial rapist on the loose.
Oh my god.
But he exclusively attacks other sex offenders. A sexter, if you will. By pure happenstance, you find out who it is. Do you turn them in or do you let them continue their work?
No, it's like a Dexter situation. Like if
not
I knew Dexter,
my problem.
This is not my problem.
If I knew Dexter existed, like if I knew what he was doing, I'd be like, carry on, man. Why would I stop you? You're getting rid of other scumbags. That's cool.
This is not my problem. This is where I notice this happening, and I'm like, I can't be involved in this.
Now, does he? Are you saying that guy, is he also still committing rapes as he's? Because if he's doing that, obviously I'm gonna.
No. It says he exclusively attacks other sex offenders.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that doesn't really okay.
But
never mind.
There is a sex offender.
Because you say attack. I was thinking of like he's like killing them. You're saying he's sexually assaulting them.
Yes.
They just said he's a prolific serial rapist, extremely violent, who exclusively attacks other sex offenders.
Okay, he must be talking about the act of rape. So I was thinking totally different. I was thinking of him like actually beating the shit. I'm like, yeah, why the fuck not? But if he's still, because it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, he's just a rapist. He's still a rapist.
And
also, by the way,
still
like the sex offender registry is pretty like. It's pretty lenient. There's some people who are on there who are like, I pissed in public, and now suddenly I'm getting raped.
Right, that's a good point. Like he's raping on that. He's looking up the registry and
it just says other sex. It doesn't say like the degree. It just says like if you were having sex with your girlfriend or whatever in a car, and you get like here's a public indecency charge or whatever the fuck.
Right.
It's like suddenly you're just a victim of this sociopath.
Now this man is wearing you like a fucking condom.
I would, if I knew who it was, I think I would turn. If he was,
no, for sure.
I would turn them in, but I'd be like, yo, you know what you're doing, right? You know what you're doing is still the same thing, right? And he'd be like, nah.
I wouldn't talk to him. I wouldn't.
And he'd have like a Batman monologue. He'd be like, what I'm doing, I'm cleaning out the scum.
But he's not though. He's not molesting the scum.
He's just raping them, and then they're still there.
He's just fondling. He's just fondling the scum, giving that scum extra trauma and probably extra anger for them to be even more violent in the future.
Because usually that's how it starts. They usually get molested as kids.
So I would say that guy's going to jail.
Making shit worse.
It's not even there's no question. Like I thought it would be a philosophical problem interesting if he was actually beating them to death or something.
When I first read it, that's how I read it, and I thought, oh, interesting. Like if he was like a Punisher,
Right.
but like very
Rapist Punisher.
Specific.
But he's very specific. He's very focused and honed in. He's like, that motherfucker's done.
But no, I don't think.
I like it. I love it. I love what I do.
No.
That scene in the courtroom is such a good scene. He's like, you guys think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I did it because I love it. I fucking like it. I like it. I fucking love it. And I'm just like, yes.
That was Daredevil season 2, right?
Season 2, yeah. It was the courtroom scene. I was like, this is a good scene.
I still stand by. That's the best shit that Marvel's ever put out, man. Best shit Marvel's ever put out is Daredevil.
I agree. I think
hell yeah.
Daredevil's amazing.
Those first 2 seasons of Daredevil are great.
Kingpin, best shit I've ever, hands down. I've never rooted for a fucking oh god, that was so good. But such a beautiful betrayal.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think I could watch it again and enjoy it. You should.
I've seen it maybe like 3 times. It still holds up.
I think a friend of mine.
I love it. So I've seen it so many times and I still love it. So fucking good.
It's so fucking amazing.
And they did it with Daredevil. I could not have ever imagined.
Daredevil's a great character, bro, but you never see that because he's not the one pushed in front of the movie. Because you saw the movie and you were like, oh, the movie sucks.
Well, he's not. That. I will say, when Daredevil is Daredevil, it is somewhat like the least interesting part of it. Like when he's just wearing the fucking suit and he's, I don't know. There's like a couple of shots, like the one that they lifted off of the raid when he's like in the hallway and it's like that.
Yeah,
one
when
shot
he's going for sure. It's just the one.
There are certain things like that are good, but like most of it is like. The villains, it's most of it is Kingpin, just Matt Murdock as a person, and that's the good shit in Daredevil. Daredevil himself,
I like his blind look when you can see him when he's just like how he's just like blind, and he's like looking up like, oh shit, this nigga really looks blind. Like he
did a really good job, man.
He did some studying,
man. Charlie Cox went hard, bro, and now he's in the MCU, and they're gonna fuck him over somehow. But we'll see. You will see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
A level 1
over, please. It's so dark in my bedroom, bro.
It is dark.
Turn on some lights, man.
A level 1 cleric wrote in. He says, "Greetings, Hispanic wizard, Black Bard, and Dark Paladin. What's something you adore but can't recommend to anyone? For example, I genuinely love One Piece, the One Piece manga, but I can't recommend it to a friend because it's over 1,000 chapters long. Thanks, and keep on trucking."
Oh, we will keep on trucking.
Oh yeah, we'll see you guys live in 2 weeks.
Man's butt.
You hop into my F-150, baby. I'll see you soon.
Butt. I can't tell people to try man's butt. Some people might not like it. I enjoy it. I love it. I love men's butt exclusively.
Cowboys' butts drive you nuts?
Cowboys' butts make me nut.
I don't think that's the original quote, but yeah. That's
yeah, sure it ain't. It is now.
Men's asses is pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Something that I can't recommend to someone. I understand his like the length of. First of all, like I can't say anything about One Piece. I really don't know enough. It's
a really long series, man.
It's ugly.
It's like as long as they're all they're so like Bleach and One Piece, all this shit. I'm like, dude, stop. It's too much.
They go on so long. Even One Piece takes a step from because Bleach had 500 chapters. One Piece had more than that. I think that's 500. Naruto had 700. And I think Bleach has like 1,300 something now.
I thought you said Bleach had. Wait, what are you talking about?
Bleach has 5. There's 500 chapters.
It's like
but you just said Bleach had 13,000.
No, 1,300. One Piece. Sorry.
Oh, you said Bleach. Okay.
I might have said Bleach. My mistake. One Piece has about like 1,100 and some change, maybe.
That's too much.
Just a lot.
Well, it's just like what the fucking what do you know has been that good for that long?
You know what's another good series though? I can tell people should probably start reading. I'm at like the end of book 2, the Wheel of Time series. That series is good so far. Like 1 and 2 are good. There's also 13 fucking books.
Yeah.
There's 13 books. Even Game of Thrones is a little too long for some people.
Have you checked
Game of Thrones is 5 books. There's gonna be 7.
Have you watched the Amazon show Wheel of Time?
Yeah,
check that out. How is it?
Watch it. It's not the best. It's not horrible, but it's not the best. It has potential to grow into something good, but it's just that You know, it's
like an early access TV show.
It's like
That's the way you're describing it. It's
This
like
could
it's
be
good.
great
It's
eventually.
good, but like maybe eventually it'll be good.
Because like, it's like Tim, I even feel the same way. But I'm gonna be real with Breaking Bad season 1. Season 1 of Breaking Bad is pretty good. It's fine.
It's the
And
weakest season.
It grows into something.
But
great.
Breaking Bad gets consistently better. It's like it's
Yeah,
such a
it does,
rare.
I
It is a
admit.
very rare show where like you could argue like at the end it gets a little like ridiculous, but like it even when it does get ridiculous, it doesn't stick around to get even more. You know what I mean? Like it ends at like a point where it's like that is ridiculous, but it's also over.
Right.
What about you? What would you have? What do you think? Somebody you can't recommend?
Dude, I think I just thought of something right now. The first 2 seasons of CW's Arrow. That's why I say because there's so many of them, so it's weird to just like, oh, just watch the first 2. It's kind of a stupid thing to say, but there's those first 2 seasons. It's damn good superhero television for a fucking CW show. The choreography's on point. The acting's pretty good. This girl named Laurel is a fantastic actor, actually. Or I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I really believe her intensity when she's all distraught and crying, and I'm like, why is she on this show? She deserves to be on way bigger shit. But like, they put a lot of like into it, and then the third season, it just starts getting off the rails, and then it starts getting all. They start a new show. Legends of Tomorrow, and then everything's all intertwined. It just gets so, and everybody's fucking each other, and it's like, all right, I don't care anymore. But it started off really strong for me. Like I actually recently rewatched the first 2 seasons. And I'm like, damn, I really enjoyed that. And then I peeked into the 3rd season, and I immediately I was like, you know, I'm gonna play Halo 2. I'm gonna start, and I immediately stopped paying attention to what the fuck was happening because I'm like, this is stupid. It's all dumb. They fucked it up, but whatever.
Yeah, that's a shame. I think
What happens, man?
I think for me it's Death Stranding. Death Stranding, I think is just such a fucking phenomenally unique experience, and I loved it. But it's one of those things where it's like it's so specific in what it's trying to do and the tone. Like that game should, but in every conceivable facet, piss me off, but it doesn't, and I don't know why it doesn't because I don't really have a particular bias towards Kojima. Really, like I thought he was interesting, but I remember being like really excited to shit on that game because the trailers look so stupid and self-indulgent and pretentious. Right. And then you play the game. And the game is
super, all those things.
Well, you just totally cut my thing. But like, yes, you play the game and it is ridiculously self-indulgent and pretentious, and yet it's not frustrating. I don't know how to. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But it's one of those games where I'm like, it's awesome. If you can borrow it, try it out. But I can't. Like, it's just because it's $60. It's like expensive. I can't justify it. For people who are probably, I mean, you know, it's expensive. It's not like $4.
On sale. Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
it's not. It's never like $10 or some shit. Like go scoop it up for 10. It's usually, I think the lowest it usually goes is like $30 or something.
Yeah,
20,
on PC you could probably get it for cheaper. But like I think, it's like Shadow of the Colossus is another one of those. I'd have an easier time recommending that one just because it's like more straightforward and more of a game. But it's also one of those where it's like I could see a lot of people being like not into this specific thing. And there's a lot of those. But most games I feel like are conventionally enjoyable. Like Hades is like obvious. Like I could recommend Hades to anybody. Doom Eternal I could recommend to anybody. Fucking, you know, there's a bunch of those. But
I agree with you.
Right.
I agree with
right.
That.
Yeah. Let's see. What is this? Do you really? Okay, let's see. The man who went from a soft A to a hard R wrote in.
Nice.
It says, hello, no cock like horsecock, Derek the Cock Johnson, and talentless. Jesus.
Jeez, man.
That's so fucking.
Damn, bro. That was harsh.
That's really mean.
She's hurt, bro. I get it.
You paid, so we'll read your question.
I mean, you got a long dick. You got a long dick. Yeah, long dick Willie. All right.
Call me talentless. He's paying me. He's paying us right now.
Yeah, you're paying us. So like, we'll read your question out of obligation. Simple question. Simple question. Which artists do you really have to separate their work? Separate from their work. For example, I really love College Dropout and Graduation, but Kanye West is an insufferable lunatic. Have a good one, boys.
His lunacy doesn't bother me.
He's swung on me entirely. This is a very serious one toward me.
I mean,
there are moments I
he's a piece of shit. Let's be real.
Kanye from his art. Yeah, I agree. I very often have to do the same thing.
It doesn't bother me. He's not one of those people that I think about when I hear his music. I'm not thinking about how much of a piece of shit he is, to be honest.
I used to love Kanye West a lot when I was like a really, really big fan of his when I was younger. He made the archetype of being like a black person that kind of wasn't a thug, but had like their own interest, kind of a thing. He did that. He did that for like my age group, at least my era. But I would say Kanye West. Who else is something that's an asshole? But I'm like, I respect what they created, but you're just
to me. There's a couple. There's like I always think about. I just mentioned him, and I can't even think of his name. I can't even think, Kevin Spacey, because I love Kevin Spacey. He's a fucking great actor, but like he's like touching young boys or some shit or whatever, and I'm like, I always think about that now, and I'm like, no, what the fuck, bro? Dude, I loved House of Cards, man. I love that fucking show. Like Frank Underwood was such a great character. And now I think about him just like, and I'm like, this fucking, this piece of shit. Like, why did you have to, why? Come on, man. Why are you doing this to me? Michael Jackson's another one.
When he got called out for all the shit he did, he's like, oh, I'm gay. I was just like, bro, come on. I was like, guys.
That was amazing. And then fucking he put out that weird fucking thing on YouTube of him acting like Frank Underwood.
Oh my God, that was so weird.
And then, like, people died. Didn't his, like, accuser die or something?
Yeah.
Like, it was really weird. I was like, dude. And then no one really... People just really... That's exactly what they did. People were just like, oh, okay.
That's showbiz, baby.
But I would say between... Probably the biggest ones, because I'm very conflicted with all the Michael Jackson stuff. And then the biggest one is... And I've been like this for a while. Because every once in a while, you're going to go to a grocery store or something, you're going to hear I Believe I Can Fly. You're going to hear it. And you're like, man.
I forgot about R. Kelly.
He is just notoriously, I mean, dude, that, when I was a kid, that video was circulating around on the LimeWire and Kazaa and all that shit. About like, yeah. And me and my homie saw that shit. I'm like, that's him. That is fucking him, dude. Like, there's no mistaking it. And then he's still just able to just chill. And I'm like, dude, this world is fucking crazy.
What makes it crazy about R. Kelly did that, you know. Kanye West is mentally disabled. And, you know, like, he has his problems. Though that does not exactly excuse it. He has his own, he has problems.
I wouldn't call him disabled. He just has mental health issues.
Kanye West he has issues.
Right.
He has issues. The thing about Michael is that I almost hope it's true, because if they're lying about this shit on Michael, then these are just some of the most evil motherfuckers ever. Like, money, textbook evil motherfuckers.
It's money, and there's the flip flopping. That's why it's so weird. It's like people saying like everything's chill, and then they get older. It reminds me of a little bit.
It's more than once it's happened too.
Of course, but there's a lot. There's like people saying everything's cool, nothing happened, and then it's like they change the tune, and it's like for why? And it's
the people that are blaming him, or there's more than one account of quite a few of them being like false, that's the thing where it's like happening.
The logical conclusion of him sleeping in bed with the kids is like, oh, what a fucking pervert, obviously. But then with the account, like, that's why I'm so conflicted on the thing. I'm just like, I leave it alone. I don't have a definitive answer, but I do lean more towards he probably was doing something weird, because why would you be sleeping in bed with kids? You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like where I'm at with that.
Yeah, that's like Occam's razor to me.
Right, 100%. So it's like, yeah, the only thing I say is I know he was completely mentally damaged. I know Joe fucked him up. There's rumors that he was chemically castrated, like he's a castrato. So he's just all fucked up in all places. And then, you know, people say they try to defend him saying, well, he's just trying to recapture his childhood. I can see a mentally disabled person trying to pretend like they're kids and like but the thing is, even when I was a kid, I didn't really, my favorite part of sleeping over with my homies wasn't let's all hop in the same fucking bed together. It was let's just spend the night watching bullshit and
fuck
whatever.
Their mom. I mean, it was watching bullshit and nighttime.
Dude, when I was 16, man, I was in this band for a little bit. We practiced at the drummer's house, and the mom was a fucking. She was a. And when I think about it, as me being older, and I'm like, yo, you were just making us just lose our mind. She never did anything, but she would water her grass in a bikini. Get the fuck out of here! But she was like really hot too. Like she would water grass.
You should have fucked your friend's mom, bro.
Dude, you don't think I wanted to? But the thing is,
you didn't act on it, bro.
No, I think that she just was doing she liked the attention, but I don't think she would actually want to fuck a young boy because we literally couldn't do anything. As soon as she unbuttoned our pants, we'd bust, and then like.
Was your friend Jaden Smith?
If I can be very honest,
Let's go.
If I can be very honest. One of my ex-girlfriends, I was approaching that precipice. One of my ex-girlfriends, and then I realized what I was doing, and like, that's just not all right, and I withdrew. But I was just like, I'm gonna try. She's down. Then I was like, no.
That would have been a story. That would have been a story.
That would have been a story.
I would have just made someone hate me forever. That's all I would have done.
Yeah, that is what that does.
For sure. I have never done that, but that obviously, unfortunately, all them ships have sailed.
Yo, fucking your bully's mom though is legendary, man.
That is legendary. That's not a problem.
That's legendary,
fine.
But then at the same time,
total pass for that.
Right? You just take the app, because if someone did that to me, they're dead. Like you're never gonna live again. But you're a legend. You're like, all right, kill me.
I'll find you. I'll find you and you'll die. And then that's the story. That's the story. That's the A to B. Not interesting at all. No one's gonna make a movie about this. You're done and you're boring and you're
walk up and then shot and
there's nothing funny about this.
It's like that video of the dad who kills that pedophile or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like from the side?
Yeah, from the side. He's like at an ATM or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
He's like bam, and you watch it and you're like, good.
Yeah, but that's what. But, man, yeah, good stuff.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have many people that I need to separate. Because like all the comedians that have been outed were never like really my favorite. I know a lot of my favorite comedians revere
Bill Cosby too.
Bill Cosby. I know a lot of my favorite comedians revere Bill Cosby, but I don't know, like I acknowledge that it was decent stand-up, and I acknowledge that it was good, and obviously it inspired a lot of a generation of amazing comedians. But it never.
Yeah, that wasn't your guy.
Like it wasn't
your guy.
Yeah, like I didn't care for the whole like I'm your pops. Like that whole anger.
Bill Cosby thing. The Bill Cosby thing hurts me so bad because Bill Cosby did such great work during the civil rights movement. Like as a figure, he did such great work for changing like the horrible agenda that was for black people at that time. He did such good work on it. He did that, and that just kills me. Dude.
And it's interesting to show you how these people like they have a sort of like they juggle that shit like almost like a cognitive dissonance, if you will. It's like they think of themselves still righteous and stuff like that, but meanwhile they're doing these other fucked up things, but they don't see it that way. It's just kind of a thing that they do. Even the way that you would hear the testimonies of how you would treat them, where he would call them afterwards and all this stuff and say, "Oh, you left so early," like in kind of like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, what the fuck?
It's pretty like that stuff is wild because it's just like
hurts, bro.
To me. I didn't even know really much about the stuff he did during the civil rights. I guess a lot of people slept on that, but I think.
Damn, you did that on purpose.
I didn't do that on purpose. What do you mean?
A lot of people took too much Quaalude on that, right?
I don't
He's a good man. He had like Little Bill. He had fucking like Fat Albert. He had a Fat Albert that removed every offensive black stereotype possible in the show. He went he made an effort to do that. Apparently, there's word of him buying Dr. King the mic he made "I Have a Dream" speech with. Like that, though that may not be like he would
have got a mic. I'm sure. He
did such good work. Can
you imagine they were just like, give the speech, you're not gonna get a mic, and then Bill Cosby's like, I just came from raping. Here's a mic
with a mic.
I don't think that's exactly how it went.
It's the Cosby Show. Dude, the Cosby Show was the only rendition of a good dad I had in my family.
Damn.
It's just shit.
That's crazy.
Just shit like that was just like.
I get it.
How
it stands to reason. It does stand to reason that when you have. I mean, Bill Cosby was somebody that a lot of people looked up to in admiration. It stands to reason that at least a handful would be looking up at him in sheer terror. I think what matters is that
so raw.
I think I don't know. Like he's definitely one of those where I think with comedians it's a little different because like when a musician does something fucked. There's something there's like a disconnect to me between like a person existing and a person singing or performing music. I don't know why that is, but that separation doesn't exist for me with comedians because like for me it's like a comedian is just they're not themselves on stage, but they're definitely more themselves than a singer is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Adele isn't singing at the McDonald's drive-thru, which she clearly frequents. It's
have you seen her recently?
Now, bitch.
She's in amazing shape.
I wasn't around when she was fat. Really,
that's fantastic.
So now you're just making up for it now when it's not viable.
Yeah.
She would be like, what?
Yeah, I wasn't around to make fun of her when she was fat, so I'm doing it now.
That's
oh my god, bro.
That's a good point.
It's not a bad.
No, it's not.
I think it is a good point. I think, but like, yeah. So I just feel like when you get your material, are you all right?
That's so stupid.
Look at it's our. What do you? We're doing a podcast.
It's just so funny to me. It's just so funny to me that like it's like throwing a joke at someone that's just like what? It's like throwing a ball in the air and just waiting for it to fall down and hit them. And they moved. They moved years ago. It is like when that ball comes back down, you're gonna get it.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like you ever have like an argument with somebody and then you think of like a great thing to say, but like you've walked away from them already.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said that. It's like finding that person a decade later, and it's like I remember you. Well. Maybe she wouldn't have said that if she, whatever. And you deliver your fucking comeback, and the guy's like, "What?
Huh?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Who are
you?
Who are you? Are you? Is that Dennis? Is that you?" It's like,
have you slept?
Have you slept at all since that time I made fun of you?
No, never once.
I don't know. To me, it's like just the idea that because Bill Cosby got a lot of his material from his life, and he portrayed himself as a family guy, like a family man. So like the fact that his material ties into like his life in that way is, I don't know. It's a little bit more disruptive to a comedian, I think, than it is for like a musician or like a fucking.
No. There's almost a part of like being a musician. Like so many people are like, other than like, your bubblegum pop stars, just a musician, they're struggling, they're tormented. There's this aura about them, or they're wild, they're ruffians, kind of a thing. And it's kind of like, say, if you think about the stuff that let's take Motley Crue for example. If the fucking women that wanted, if they felt like coming out, but those women don't give a shit. But if they felt like coming out, Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah,
the stuff that they did.
The Motley Crue, the rocker era, bro, dude. People shit on like the whole rapper, like all these rappers, bro.
Everybody,
rocker
every musician
era was probably crazy, dude, because there were lines of women just outside of trailers, bro.
It's not even that. It's not rocker. It's rockers. It's rappers. I bet $1 million fucking Frank Sinatra was pounded. You know, like
doing
these
Frank
people,
Sinatra was taking women off his lap and putting new women on his lap.
He was doing swing music. He was swinging them on and swinging them off, and everybody was doing that. That's why it is really staggering how many of these stories are actors and comedians and everything in between, but aren't musicians. It really is fascinating because everybody just knows. It's like everybody knows someone who's slept with this band. Like, you know what? Like
Literally.
that is a really pervasive thing.
I know several girls that slept with artists, bro.
Right.
Several girls you wouldn't think.
I've been in that industry,
And
dude.
look,
I've seen some shit.
Derek has been the guy.
And look, let me tell you.
I've actually not. And sometimes I even think I'm like, I could have done that. I could have done that. And I didn't do shit. I would tell you. I wouldn't give a fuck.
You were,
but you probably would.
Well, you know what? You're smart.
I actually did. I didn't. And for that very reason, I've seen some shit, and I'm like, it's not worth it. And so I didn't. Even when like thrown at you, like, oh, yo, and I'm like, nah, go hit up my homie. Like, go, and then they go.
You know why you did that? Because that fear of something happening that didn't happen, bro. It's programmed into you, dude. Bro, it's programmed. Bro, I don't hug females, bro. I really don't.
That's too much.
It's outrageous, but it's kept me safe. So it's just feeding more into a bad habit.
Dude, if anything,
wild.
Look, if anything, if someone came after you for hugging, all it would do is raise your stock. Right, because it would be like
I understand.
Eyes would be on you,
but not like, hugging. Not hugging has kept me safe for so long that I'm like, I might as well keep not doing this.
Do you just go rigid?
Like literally, if I haven't known the girl for years, I'll give her a high five from far away.
That's crazy.
And then like when if they try to talk to me alone, I walk toward a group of people.
You're
weird,
dude. You're fucking
incel,
bro. Dude.
I'm afraid.
That's incel energy.
No, bro, I'm afraid.
That's what I'm saying.
Just afraid. It's insane, and you think it's a joke, but Chris can probably think of it.
I've seen you. I've seen you hug people.
You hug people, but like I've also been like, oh, if I don't know you, don't come near me.
You're saying I'm afraid, like fucking, like
a genuine fucking
scared.
Phobia.
I'm scared.
What is the irrational fear of women?
Afraid of bitches. Called? The irrational fear of bitches.
Is it called
I don't know. I still
don't know, John.
Believe in nothing. Dude, that game's so good. John. I want to play through that game again so badly, but I remember too much of it.
I want to get brain damage so that game could be new to me.
Yeah. Oh wow, like, gynophobia. You have gynophobia.
I'm not afraid of women.
Oh, that's obvious,
understand.
Actually, in retrospect. It's obvious.
I'm not afraid of women. I just understand that they could ruin me with a lie.
They're not gonna a hug, but that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, dude, don't kiss them on the lips as a greeting.
Actually, hold on. You know what? I'll come to your defense only because of things that I know have happened recently that I have seen.
The same thing you're talking about.
I'll tell you an example.
The same thing you're talking about. Yeah.
I understand.
I'm terrified, bro.
I still think it's too much. I still think
does
it's too far.
Does it have to do with hugging? Is it hugging or is it worse than that?
Let me just explain to you. When I was like 16, a girl who is one of those girls, we call them bops in New York. Some girls are bops.
What is that? I've never heard that. I was never cool enough to hear that.
That sounds like a 1930 fucking thing to say.
No. She's a bop. She's a bop.
There,
She came there. She came to the party. We knew she was a bop. I was like, nah, I have a girlfriend at the time. Be easy. A bunch of my friends were like, nah, we're good. She was an attractive girl. One of my homies slept with her. Next thing you know, 2 months later, I was in a suit on a witness stand. So I was 16 and I was just like, yo. I
can see why that would be impressionable.
Yo, I was like, this is real. This is not a joke that I see on like some dude be like, you gotta watch out for these girls. No, I lived through seeing my homie be like, bro, I'm gonna go to jail.
But
I didn't do anything wrong.
But you said your homie slept with her. If your homie hugged her, then I would totally understand your fucking fear.
I understand that, but I don't even let it get near that level. I'm stopping it.
That is so dumb.
I'm ripping up the whole lawn so I don't get weeds. All right, there's no lawn. It's just concrete.
That is something I would do. Like if I had a house, I would rip up that lawn so quick. I would make it it'd just be sand.
There's no weeds, Derek.
In Vegas, you put the rocks, dude. You put the rocks and then you do
rocks.
I'll
do the rocks.
Yeah,
no,
rocks. It's
nothing.
Awesome.
I'll do
no,
like
you know what
maybe,
I do? Metal.
You know what? No,
metal, bro.
Metal, you psycho.
Metal,
fucking
bro.
fry eggs on the sidewalk.
Your fucking house
metal,
would be
bro.
so hot.
When I step out on my lawn, my skin rip off. It's like a skillet. It's like a skillet, man.
Like one of those pieces of shit, like trying to walk your dog at noon. Oh, let's go. It just fucking melts. It just melts.
It's just if the dog could scream, it would not.
The dog's little paw pads pop from the heat. Woof, 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 woof.
Yo, I see those monsters that are walking their dogs at like noon in the summer, and I'm like, I am going to murder you. Like,
People
what is
They
that?
might
What
as
is
well.
your
They
problem?
might as well.
blow my
They might as
mind.
well carry around a deep fryer and dip them in and throw them in the grass.
That
it
shit
is insane.
is so unbelievable. People that walk their pup dog, it's wild.
Like, it's
and
the
it be like
craziest
big ass
thing.
dogs too. And I'm
You
like,
see that-
dude, what are you doing?
You see that a lot in LA. You see it a lot because you
Yes.
can't avoid because it's so hot. So like,
And I
they're
have
just
to
like,
say, I
what
have
do
to say
do?
something. That's the
People
only
in
time I
LA
say
with
something to
big
somebody.
ass Siberian Huskies, bro. Big ass Siberian Huskies walking them in the middle of this. I'm like, this dog, one, is not built for this climate. Two, dude, the sun is right on the dog looks up and it's sweating, bro. It's sweating like a meth head.
You're
And
pan
it's-
frying your
not sweating,
your dog.
No,
not
no.
sweating,
It
but-
is. That's how bad it is. The dog is sweating.
It's so sweaty. It's so hot that it develops sweat glands.
It's pores that its hair grew out of. Sweat comes out of
Its
it
hair
now.
falls out and it looks like Jada Pinkett Smith. And all of its hair falls out, and then sweat. All of their hair follicles become sweat glands because it's so hot.
And then the
That's real.
dog is
I
like,
would legitimately fight somebody if they like, because that's the only I don't talk to strangers ever. That's the only time I tell somebody, and I usually just say this. I usually say,
Good
I'm like,
man.
hey you, I'm like, hey yo, I'm like, dude, you don't walk around you're not walking around without shoes. Like, what the fuck are you doing walking your dog out like that?
It's an
usually
animal.
just
They can handle it.
they usually
It's fine.
dude, these are the same people that be like, fish don't feel pain. That's why I like fishing. They feel
Well, they don't feel pain.
I don't give a fuck about fish though. First and
Fish
foremost,
don't feel pain.
If it lives in
doesn't
the
matter.
water, it should die.
it's a nice urban legend. You know.
I would punch a fish to death and feel fine.
No, I'm not
Fish
even
have
saying.
pain. No, they have
I'm not
pain
even telling. I'm not
receptors,
even.
though. They
I'm
do,
not
I
even
think.
carrying you. I'm not even telling you to care about fish. It's
Right.
the fact that people are being like, oh, they don't feel pain, so it's fine. I'm like,
Oh, and
what
they use it as justification for yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's how I
it's
feel
like,
about these
I'm not-
people. I'm like,
it's like
do you think their
vegetarians. They're like,
paws
it's like-
have
it's-
no feeling? You think that it likes being on fucking 120 degree fucking concrete? Like, yeah, this feels great. I don't
When
know,
I
man.
boil my
I don't know,
dog,
man.
it's fine.
My dog is okay. It's not dying. And
My
then your
dog
dog
is
is like
Pan
your
fried.
dog is trying to say help.
Like,
It spells
people,
out. It
Yeah.
spells out help in blood. Its own blood on the fucking.
It's Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
help me,
fucking.
Reggie. Help me, Reggie.
That's a whole episode of Scooby-Doo.
It's not even that hot. It's not even that
That's
hot,
a whole
Scoob.
episode.
Shut the fuck up, Scoob.
That's a whole
We're
episode
fine.
of Scooby-Doo. They walk him on hot fucking, and nobody gets it. Everybody's like, "What's the big deal?" And the monster is like, "Guys, you shouldn't be." It's like a fucking goblin in like a hovering goblin in like
No,
a ghost costume,
no, it's-
and it's
no,
like,
it's
you listen,
something
you have to
fucked.
stop. You have to stop. They can't do that. You wouldn't. You're wearing shoes. That dog isn't wearing shoes. It's burning its feet. And it's like, aren't you a demon?
It's like, yes, I know, but even I understand that's not okay.
Even
Walk
I.
your dog when the sun's starting to set. Walk your dog at like 4 or 5 p.m. or early in the
fucking
day.
Even
morning
in my
or
current
the
state.
evening.
even in my current state where I am clearly in the worst mental spot I've ever been, if I'm here doing this, I know I'm dressed as Frankenstein, and I've been accused of all sorts of terrible acts, and even I would not do that to my dog.
I'm dressed as Frankenstein on a prototype glider I made in my garage. I am clearly not okay. Please take better care of your dog.
He unmasks himself and leaves.
That's he's so disappointed. He just stops. He takes his mask off. He's like,
He just
tells Shaggy, "You're a piece of shit," and he just leaves.
No, he tries to land and it blows up. He falls off of it. He's hurt badly, and he's like, "You guys are fucking monsters, seriously." And he hobbles off, and Scooby tries to go with them, and they yank him back. Get the fuck over here.
You hear him whimper.
Shut the fuck up, Scoob.
They yank him back.
It's only summer in Arizona. Zoinks.
They yank him back like Arthur Morgan in that fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god, with the little kid beating him up.
Where the little kid lassos around. No, Scooby.
Oh my god.
Fucking Hulk versus Loki, his ass. Anyway, let's do.
Raggy, it's so fucking hot. All right,
Raggy, my paws are hurting, Raggy.
Raggy, Raggy, I'm dying.
Like, Zoink, Scoob, you sure don't have a lot of recourse.
Like, Zoink, Scoob, maybe you should shut up and walk faster. If we went faster, it wouldn't be so bad, Scoob. You'd be done by now. See this little patch of grass. We'd be on the patch of grass for 5 seconds, Scoob.
Oh, jeez, Raggy. Oh, jeez. I'm having a real tough time over here, Raggy. It's just Morty. It's just like,
shut the fuck up, Scoob. Shut the fuck up,
Scooby. You bitch. Let's move on.
You fucking bitch, Scoob. Shut the fuck. Okay, go
ahead. Oh my god. Okay, let's we got through a fucking decent chunk of these questions.
Hell yeah.
But let's end on Kevin DeWhite's question. He says, "Greetings, wrath, gluttony, and lust. I just watched Umbrella Academy, and there's a fight scene with a cover of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, and it made me genuinely appreciate the song even though I used to dislike it. Was there ever a show, game, movie, or really anything that made you appreciate a song or anything else that you hated prior or used to hate?" It's an interesting question because I know this has happened to me before, but I can't. It's difficult for me to pinpoint this exactly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think, you know what a good example is? It's coming to me just because it's what I'm wearing. But, like, before I played Fallout, I don't think I really appreciated a lot of those older. Like, I always like Sinatra because it's kind of a New York thing to appreciate Sinatra in general because he's kind of everywhere. But, like those older, like Ink Spots and Nat King Cole and things like that. Like, there was definitely like no way that I was listening to that shit.
I fucking got one.
Fallout and things like it. You know,
I'm trying to think, dude.
I got one.
Keep thinking. He's got one.
I'm not.
It's a hard one. That's a pretty hard question.
It is. It is a hard one, but obviously,
you know what's happening.
as a Black American, I don't give a fuck about country, right? It's just not on the radar. It's not. But however, playing San Andreas and putting on K-Rose, flipping through the station, and
my God.
All My Exes Live in Texas by George Strait came on, and I'm like, yo, this song's kind of fire. This song's kind of good.
That song's a classic to me. I've always kind of liked that song.
It's a good song, dude.
What song did I hate and I heard it and I was just like, oh man, this is
my
like
exes.
What
Because like fucking country was just always the same to me. Where I'm like, it always sounded the same, but that song has there's a little bit of swagger to it, and I like the story of it too. I like that he's just like, he fucked off from Texas because he kept dating all these crazy bitches, Either that or he's insane. We don't know. We don't know the true story.
The point of the song is it's him, I think. That's the point of the song. But what did I don't know. I don't, outside of like actuality, I don't hate many forms of media, I didn't like Juice. I don't know. I didn't like Juice WRLD very much. And the more I absorbed him, the more I could tell he was a young talent. I think a lot of people were sucking him. A lot of people sucked him off because he's like the voice of the new generation. So they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, he's so great, he's so great."
It was just emo rap,
I think
dude.
he was. But I think the thing is that he had potential to grow into something very good. So I kind of started listening to him more, and I was like, he could have become a very good young MC. So unfortunately, he died. So
did somebody like turn you? Did somebody like turn you onto him or something?
No, I just like people there has to be a reason why all these kids love him. They can't all be idiots. You know?
I think they are. I don't like. I don't know. I mean, I'm sounding.
I don't like his genre of music.
I'm sounding old, but the biggest fucking acts out there that Gen Z is listening to, like I sound old saying this, but like a lot of it, I'm like, I just don't vibe with it. Like I don't like, as they would say, I don't get it. That's how I feel. I'm like, I don't fucking get it, dude.
I feel like, generally speaking, music tastes develop and stop really early. I think most people,
for the most part,
most of the time, your favorite songs are probably going to be from the time you were like 16 to 21. I think. I like, you can have like outliers, but I definitely feel like that's generally like the time that like most of your favorite songs, if you made a list of all the songs that you really love, I feel like that's the age group. I think most of them will come from.
I agree that taste develops throughout that age. That particular taste of kind of music, where you're like, I like this kind of thing in my songs, and it develops throughout that. Because I love soul music. I think a nice soul beat with a woman singing over it, my cup of tea, you know. And what happened is that even though it's different now, I've heard metal songs with that kind of thing, where it's more of a soul-based tone and a woman singing over it very beautifully, or where it comes to like more of an electronic sound, you know? And like, I really like that thing. Yeah, like trance music. And I'm like, oh, I like this a lot.
Trance music?
Trance.
Oh, trance.
Still the same, but yes. Trance music.
I like
still pronounced the same
music.
way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does the woman's voice become a man's voice? Does the man become a woman's voice throughout the song? Does it slowly like morph into the other?
It ebbs and flows. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I think
they sound like him from.
They
sound like him from freaking Powerpuff Girls.
Dude,
the whole song.
Him's goated, dude. Him's fucking goated.
Feels like a fucking witness. I think. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, generally speaking, music is strongest when it ties to memories. Like, and I feel like people's relationship to music is strongest when it ties to specific points in their life. And I think it's why people are nostalgic for music. I guess now we have like a bigger wave of nostalgia for most things now because it's just kind of like easy. But I don't remember people being nostalgic for anything before this current wave that wasn't music. Like, my dad was always nostalgic for like very specific songs, but like my dad still watched like the newest movies and like really liked them, you know. It wasn't like, oh yeah, movies back then were so good and movies now suck. He was like, no, movies are pretty good now actually. But like music was that one thing that's like, no, because this is childhood stuff. It's why like even I today, like modern day 28-year-old me isn't going to listen to Michelle Branch's Everywhere for the first time and like it.
That's very true.
Like, I don't think that's possible, but I like that song because that was what played around the time that I was like really enamored with like Spider-Man. And I remember going to school and hearing that song in the morning on like fucking Radio Disney or whatever the fuck my parents thought was okay to play. And so it's just ingrained in my head as something that I like. Even if it's song. Like,
good song.
It is a good song, but I don't know. But I don't know if it is in such a way that like I would like it today without that nostalgic connection.
I think
that's what I feel about like.
There's I agree, but then there's I think it's kind of like, say, for example, there's a song called "Heart Attack" by the wacky Demi Lovato.
I like it.
That it's not fucking music that I ever listened to, but I'm like, I hear this song, I hear this melody, and I'm like, this is good. Like that song came out, and I was a fucking I'm an adult, and I'm like, this is a good fucking song. But
you know what's crazy?
What?
I agree with you on that because when I hear music from 20 2012 to like 2013, I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and that period of my life was so hectic because that's when I just around the time and met Chris and everybody. I remember knew them a little bit, and whenever I hear that music, I can taste donuts and I get anxious.
Dude, it's funny. It's funny that you say that because that's the opposite of what I'm talking about, but it's exactly applicable. It's like when you're a kid, you hear music and it's like carefree and you're like, oh, I love like all of this sounds good because why not? It's new things that I'm hearing. But then when you work in retail or you work in a place where they're playing, those songs are your most hated songs, even if
like
they're
Ellie
not
Goulding,
bad.
Oh my god, I like Ellie Goulding, and I still any her music plays, I'm getting anxious now thinking about it. But I start getting nervous, and I'm like,
Lights
oh
or whatever.
Oh my god, it's Duncan, I'm back.
What's that song? There's like the Lights one, right? Was the one that was like everywhere.
For me, let's turn the lights on, baby. I hate that song so much, but I love that artist. Actually,
I even think that. Look, I think that's a good song, but nope, I can't do it because it was playing all the time when I was working at Sears. Like shit, like tons of Mariah Carey. Fucking just like Mariah Carey is the devil to me.
That's why I don't like Christmas music, because when I worked at Starbucks, Christmas time was so horrible that when someone puts on All I Want for Christmas Is You, I get mad because it reminds me of how terrible a time. But then there's also the flip side where like I love Etta James and Nina Horn and freaking who else? Donna Summers and what's her name? The one that made Square Biz, Tia Marie. Because all those singers remind me of the music my grandma listens to. So all of those kinds of songs, like all of the like soul / disco funk, all of that music, I put that on and I'm just happy. Like those music can completely change my mood.
Dude,
even like hip hop being my favorite genre, that music makes me feel better than those.
It's a song that fucking absolutely drives me crazy to this day.
What?
Fucking that fucking Sarah Bareilles or whatever the fuck, Brave, I think it's called. Where like I heard it's
I remember that artist.
Say
Sarah
what
Bareilles.
you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
Be free.
What you wanna say.
I hate that song.
That was when I was working at Sears, unavoidable. Like it was just every fucking 10 minutes that song would play, and just so many Mariah Carey things and so many fucking just artists, entire genres of music that are just ruined for me. Not that I would have liked that song because that's a terrible. Brave sucks, but like it wouldn't be as painful as it is now. I wonder if there's like a retail. I wonder if there's like. I bet there is like a Spotify playlist that's like retail store music ambience. And you can pick like the year. Ugh.
I think the only retail songs I liked was I would hear boy bands every once in a while. I'm like, yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I just saw the craziest thing ever.
Oh God, let's get out of here. What the fuck? Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's just end the cast. So far as You're
gonna open up a Pandora's fucking
I'm
bullshit.
not gonna mention what I just saw.
All right,
and it's real life shit what bothers me the most.
Baby.
All right.
That beat is from freaking
Oh yeah, that's classic.
New Shoes.
Yeah, it's classic.
Hey,
I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything is right. I said,
a little bit of chicken fried.
That guy, fucking that weirdo, Paolo Nutini or whatever. He showed up for a little bit.
What?
Showed up for like a half second, then he vanished.
Cold beer on a Friday night.
Ooh.
A pair of jeans that fit just right.
Yo, you know what's crazy? This also fits to the argument we had. I like Mumford and Sons. But what's crazy is that I like them, but when I think about them, I think about the girls I was involved with at those times. And I get this sense of, sort of secure because I didn't have to pay for things, but anxious. I don't know what the fuck is next. What kind of problem is gonna develop next?
You know what that is?
Those people.
That's like 2011, 2010s like butt rock, like things like AWOL Nation. Like when I think of that stuff, I'm like
I like them.
Or like
when
I think of that, or like fucking like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like. It's not coming to me right now, but like things like that. I think of like
they're gone. They're gone now.
Simple relationships.
Yeah,
simplicity, but it sucks.
It just
sucks.
When,
it was just such
fucking
stress.
When the hipsters took over, man, they took over for a while. Like
All
they were all in the indie clubs, and then all the Apple commercials and car commercials started using their music, and then it took over.
Fucking Switchfoot.
Hey. No, that Switchfoot, I like that. I love that song "Meant to Live." It's on my playlist.
"Meant to Live" is decent.
I don't know any
like
of their
that
other
song.
music. "Meant to Live," dude, go listen to it. It's a good song. Go
I've
listen
heard that
to the
song,
chorus.
definitely.
I really like that chorus, man. We were meant.
You can't tell me y'all don't fuck
so
I would
much
wait at all.
more.
That song's kind of good, man.
As we lost ourselves. Wow. So
I Will Wait is a pretty good song.
Bad.
Come on. I was young. I was strong.
Wait, what song are you talking
I
about?
will wait into your arms.
What song are you talking about?
And I will wait for you. That song goes hard, bro. You can't tell me it does.
That's so bad.
I don't, dude. It's the banjo, everything.
Fuck y'all, bro.
The
banjo's what gets me lit the most, bro.
I feel dirty. Like I feel like overalls are taking over my body like a symbiote. You know, just like I'm like, oh,
dude,
and then
you
there's
feel
a
your
straw in my
chromosomes
mouth.
multiplying.
The thing for me is that the banjo makes me feel like chaos, you know, like the banjo makes me feel free in a way that's almost dangerous.
You hear a guy doing dueling banjos. You hear a guy doing dueling banjos. You're like and your face morphs. Like your overbite becomes more pronounced. You start getting freckles. You just start like the black. You start looking like you're getting intense vitiligo, and it's like, and then suddenly, you're James Corden.
So there's a version of that song. There's a version of that song that I've never spoken into public.
What?
There's a version of that Mumford and Sons song that I've never spoken into public because I can't. But he sees it. I will G
Oh my
the
God!
J's.
Shut up. Oh, I remember. I saw that. How have I seen that? It's so stupid.
There's a picture of Hitler playing a banjo that exists on. Well, somebody photoshopped it.
Yeah, it's not a picture. It's not a photograph.
I feel like Hitler playing a banjo might be the wildest moment ever. Because I feel like and everybody's just fucking hold down and he dipping and just having a great
hold
time.
down and he dip.
It's
not
just
nearly
going bananas, dude.
In Germany, of all
Mumford
places.
and Sons and all that shit. Like I don't know. I couldn't get into that as much as like. You know,
I
what was the
Mumford
best.
and Sons.
You know, what was the best one?
Huh.
The best song in that entire genre was
What?
I'm so high I can hear heaven.
That's some good
my
butt
God.
rock right there. I'm so high, but
What is butt rock exactly?
No heaven, don't hear me.
I hate that song. That's
And they say
that note is good though. That's
hero could save us.
You know, I'm not going. Was that in Spider-Man? Was that
It
in the
was
Spider-Man
Spider-Man 1.
DVD?
It was
What
Spider-Man
is it?
1.
hold on to the wings of an
An
angel.
angel.
That shit, man, that shit went hard though.
It's kind of not bad at all. It's
Yo,
kind
You
of.
listen to it and you just float
recognize-
away and you're like, yay, yay.
I recognize how
take me.
cringy that song was, but I also liked it. I guess
Oh, it's
you could
very
say
cringy.
it's a guilty pleasure, I guess.
It is a
And
guilty
It was
pleasure.
definitely a 2001 song post, the happening.
Watching us. Yeah.
Post the happening, you know.
All right, let's fucking end this because we're gonna go forever.
No, that should be our first. That should be our first. Snark Tank cover. We should cover what's
I
the
would
song called again?
I'll do it, yeah.
absolutely-
Hero.
But
Hero.
We cover Hero, but we have to do Mumford and Sons too.
I don't want to do that.
Nobody
Come on,
knows how to
guys.
play
It'll
banjo,
be
dude.
Guys, you both could figure it out.
We'll do it with our mouths. You go,
I'm down. I'm down.
We'll
You
do
gotta
it
do a
like
parody though.
we'll do it like
I
we'll do it like do you remember Mystery Guitar Man?
Oh yeah.
We'll do it like that, but we'll find each individual note and we'll just go boop, beep, and then we'll like edit it together into a complicated banjo song.
I was young. I was come. I held in.
Do you guys remember that song?
Liked?
Do you guys remember that song? I just want to say real quick because I remember like it's because it's too cold.
That song is
for
good.
you here. That's a fucking great song, dude. And then
That
there's a
song is
breakdown.
good,
There's a breakdown
bro.
at the end of the song where it slows down. It's fucking beautiful. Yes, dude. That's the best thing to come out of that hipster genre. That shit's good. That's a good fucking song.
I liked Arctic
I
Monkeys.
may just take
even
your
though they
breath
were a
away.
little,
Never too much to say.
Arctic
Sometimes
Monkeys,
silence runs a mind.
what
I
was-
fucking love this.
What was their popular song? The
Do I Want to
If
Know?
you only
Do you
knew.
wanna know? That's a fucking great song, dude.
It's a good song.
That's like good. It's indie, but it's also kind of classic rocky. You know?
I'm glad I have people to
Do I
admit these songs are
wanna know
good too. Because
if
for
these
so long
feelings
I would try to
go
say
both
these songs are good, now we get shut the fuck down. They'll be like, you're
Suck my
stupid.
fucking
And I'm
Well-
like, I guess.
No, because you're still talking about Mumford and Sons.
Not entirely. They're part of it though. I'm trying to
Dude,
bring
that
them to the
fucking lick.
cookout.
It's
a good bass line, yeah.
That's
Anyway.
that's good shit.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, let's go.
If my
Thank
balls
you guys.
were full.
thank you guys for listening. This is a long
Suck on my
episode. This is,
cock.
I think, is this the longest episode we've done?
No.
Well, no,
the
the prior one. Yeah, we went a little bit. So this is probably just gonna be barely under it.
Oh, right, because that was the. All right, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they're
right.
getting a big ass treat, man. They're getting big.
Looking
Get
for
a
you
big
guys, man. You're getting more long
Next-
form content
next-
for
next-
us.
next
Maybe you
episode's
should
gonna
like
be
and
30
subscribe
and leave reviews and shit,
and share.
and fuck us.
Yeah, come here, bro. I get you. I got some first time. Come on.
All right, listen.
No
If you liked
girls
what you heard
allowed.
today-
No girls
No
allowed.
girls though. Only
No girls
men's
allowed.
butt.
No girls allowed. No girls allowed.
Only men's butt.
If you liked what you heard today, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/the Snark Tank. Before I say that, if you somehow made it this far, there's like a handful of tickets left in case anybody wants them. But tinyurl.com/sacred200 live show in Richmond, Virginia at the National, April 30th. It's going to be recorded. I know some people have been asking about this. It will be a recorded episode. So it'll be available on the channel. We're all going to be traveling. So
Yeah.
that week might get a little fucky with the schedule of like when it's going to be posted. But the next week after should be back to normal. It's just obviously we're going to be moving and traveling. So it'll be a little wonky because we edit and do everything in house and all
We
that
do all
shit.
the posting ourselves.
And it's also
so.
going to be like crazy footage. Like, I don't think we're going to edit it even. It's going to take ages to download it because it's apparently in like 5K or whatever the fuck. Like some insane, they
Jesus
got like some
Christ.
crazy cameras to get it. So
That's dope. Yeah.
So-
my hair looks taller than it is because it's dark behind me. My hair looks like it's the whole room behind me.
sacred.com, not sacred.com, tinyurl.com/sacred200. We'll see you in Richmond. That's in 2 weeks.
That's much less than 2 weeks, dude. Well, no, I'm gonna be getting there in less than 2 weeks, and then we're gonna be having it in 2 weeks. Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So if you liked what you heard today, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access to every episode and access to bonus solo episodes each month. Sweeney's just went live earlier it was April, right? It wasn't last month.
Early this month, yeah.
Yeah, early. So like mine will be next. Derek's will be up after that, and the cycle will repeat. $5 gets you a question read on the show. We got a lot of them today, which is fortunate.
Bussy boy.
$10 gets you access to our Discord server. That's one payment in, and you're in for good. The invite to that just went out today as well for anybody who missed it previously. And $25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do.
3, 2, 1.
Darth Gaydar. The only penis I touch while fucking is my dad's, parentheses, I fuck my dad. God damn.
Nice.
Dick,
Fucking
dick.
dad, or they should never be together. They should just never be together in a sentence.
Dick Grayson. I can't. I can't read this. Jesus fuck, man. What is this name? That's his name.
Oh, okay.
The nerd
I was
therapist.
like, what?
Victim of sentience, cursed with thought. Detective Halligan, slayer of druids. Jacob Munoz is a loser? That sucks for you, dude. Marge Simpson's buttery smooth voice. Tevin DeBlack. Kevin DeWhite. Did you plan this? The fuck? Chris Maldonado, want to get an absolute pounding from Blackcock. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. This is not a joke. I want to have sex with a man. Men's butt. Men's butt.
Is that really? Let's fucking go, dude.
I love the phrase "man's butt." It just sounds so vulgar.
It does sound vulgar. It sounds more vulgar than slurs do for some reason.
If you say I'm here solely for man's butt, that sounds so disgustingly aggressive.
And you gotta respect that dude too. You're like,
you gotta respect that. Did you see China's Overwatch ripoff Under Ignore?
Is that the same guy from Blue Dead from Blue Alive?
That sounds like Blue Alive Irredeemable.
It's there too.
I wish it was that. I wish it was that instead.
I wish it wasn't.
So much better.
Blue Alive Irredeemable. Petition Rockstar.
Yeah.
No, we gotta make that a shirt. Done. Blue Alive Irredeemable. We gotta make that a shirt.
That's not a bad idea.
That's actually not bad.
We gotta make that. I'll contact some merch people. We gotta do.
Yo,
that.
dude,
we can get.
I love
we need to get artists.
Beanie Linguini, dude. I love Beanie Linguini's fucking style. You remember her, right?
Yes,
I
of
think
course.
so, yeah.
She did that fucking. She did that. Well, she did like it all together, but then she also did individual pieces of us too. And man, I just got to show you because she did the best piece for us.
I know. I recognize it. I
style.
Remember being impressed by it, but I've seen it. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll contact. We'll contact
because I've been talking to some merch people for my own stuff.
Yeah.
Because Teespring's terrible. And if we should get some artists involved in doing some merch because it's been a hot minute since we've done that.
Let's fucking do it.
Nickelodeon. Nikki Ziggy, aka Farming. What? Interesting. This is gonna feel weird to say, and it's not slur laden, so it's fine. But it's.
So I know this is not Nikki Ziggy because I'm friends with her.
No, yeah, it's not Nikki Ziggy.
It's not her. She wouldn't do this.
Okay. Oh, it's Zicky Niggy, a.k.a. farming black people for rare N-word drops. I don't have one yet. Which is just, not super clever.
What makes it terrible is that why'd someone seek her out? And be like, her. I'm gonna make her seem bad.
Yeah, it is like it's borderline identity theft and defamation.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, Mintberry, let me in. Let me the fuck in. Back alley and pass dealer, the man who went from a soft A to a hard R. Not only is my cat a terrorist, but she is the one who radicalized Bin Laden.
Could you imagine?
Mitch McConnell's tortoise shell, Saint Maxi, Sweeney probably grunts like Tim Allen.
Dude, Mitch McConnell does look like a fucking tortoise. Holy shit, he does.
Yeah,
he does.
I never knew that was a thing, and I just
the way you sat up, you're like,
he looks like Mitch McConnell looks like if the turtle guy from Master of Disguise aged a lot real quick. He's like very much that person.
Mitch McConnell looks like what if a person fell into the ooze that the turtles fell into.
The turtles?
The turtles. The TMNT looks like Mitch McConnell fell in that instead. And he's turned into more of a Mitch McConnell.
Wall. Okay, you said it right. Mega Man X8 Sky's Question Redemption. First X8, now Transformers are really pushing my buttons, Derek. Avi, the race war is starting. Sweenus, what side will you choose?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Look, I'm not paid to understand these.
Which side would I choose? The race war? The human race.
Ooh, nice. You've done it. You've passed the race test.
You passed the test. And my room glows, and an entity comes and put his hand on me. Time to leave, my boy.
Yeah, it takes you up and ascends you, and then like we're just fucked.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, fuck. What about the cash?
What the fuck? Yeah,
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to the next plane of existence. Have fun needing to pay bills.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we'd get more money because you'd be gone and we wouldn't pay you, but also we would still have to pay. We would still need that money. So it's like it's not really all that fun at all. I became a patron and spent $25 not to be able to come up with a clever name. Wage slave 583. Can't think. Head empty. Balls drained. I feel gay. Nice. Fuck you.
Yo, that's a dope thing to say. Yeah. Walking into a room or something for the first time.
No, that's how you win an argument. That's how you win an argument. That's how you shut someone down, bro.
That's a good tweet, I think. Like, out of context. No, like, 100%. I feel gay. Fuck you.
100%.
Add nodders to your name if you want to make Chris read a smutty Sonic fanfic. Dead Inside. Shrinkus Funkeldunk, the warlock who is using transversive steps. The National, Richmond, Virginia, April 30th. 30th. tinyurl.com/sacred200.
Let's go.
John.
That's Lily.
Can you imagine? It's a photo of a dog, so I don't think so. John normal name Smith. Sweeney, it's okay. My girlfriend isn't real either. I have PPSD. Ryber525 and the mystery of the sudden uptick in tomboy appreciation. Racist snake. My goldfish raped me while the cats watched my grandma detonate. Can you help me?
No. Nope.
Fun fact, the chainsaw was invented in 1780 by 2 doctors to assist with childbirth. Have a nice day.
Oof.
That's not real.
I hope not.
What kind of... It's 1780? A chainsaw?
Yeah, what? Is that possible?
Were there gas-powered things around then? Maybe. I don't know history well enough.
I'm a little bit too dumb to know exactly when that started, because I thought it was like coal before gas.
Because useless information.
Electricity came out in when, right? Electricity came out like the Gilded Era, so maybe
that was like 1989 or something.
What?
Yeah, definitely.
We had electricity after cars and video games.
They were there's motherfuckers steam powering fucking like your console and shit. Like you had to like buy a guy.
It's just a kid. All right,
go turn it on.
It's a kid wedged in a small box, like on the other side, like on a bike, like. They're prodding him. They're fucking.
Yo, that would have been normalized too. If that had to be the thing, like we would be like, you know, maybe when we're old, like, oh, that was kind of fucked up. That was kind of fucked up that we did that.
But while we're doing it, it'd be like, this is how it is. This is how it is.
It's kind of just. It's basically just how we are right now with eating meat.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. It's a good point.
You know, like it is. You know.
Barbaric to set the
how we get it is very immoral, and I understand
100%.
But it's good.
It's
what's
so
crazy? In the future, when people probably aren't really eating meat like that, and we find like proper substances that aren't gonna fucking kill us eventually.
Yeah, they're gonna look back at this, and it's going to be like them looking at like Nazis.
Grandpa, you ate meat? Like, yes, I ate. Like, before cows and chickens become sentient, like properly, and they become their own being, which is gonna happen eventually. If we leave them around too long, they're gonna evolve into like things that can think.
Well, that's why we keep them in cages, bro.
You ate that? And it's like, yeah, I ate that. I also had a dog that was pretty much a slave.
We keep them from evolving because we keep them and we control them. We pump them full of weird hormones. We castrate them. We do all the good shit, and then we eat them.
But somebody brought up a really interesting perspective.
I know what you're going to say. Well, say it. I want to see if I know what you're going to say.
Well, no, they would be extinct.
Exactly. That's what I knew that was the thing. They're like, oh, because of us, we're keeping these animals plentiful. And I'm like, that is such a horrible thing to say, though.
I know, because it ultimately is just like multiplying the amount of suffering that has to happen by millions. But also,
but
yeah, I don't know. Fucking
yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is that too fucking bad. If chicken didn't want to die, it would stop tasting so fucking good.
It's a good point, man. Look at some things tried. Like think about peppers, for example. They tried to not be eaten by being insanely hot, And then it's
And
like
our dumbasses were like, "Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's a challenge."
Yeah, and we were like, "This hurts. Let's go. Let's
Dude,
go."
now there's a
literally-
fucking a chicken hot sauce fucking show where dumbass celebrities shove it in their eyes
Now-
and stuff
yeah.
and ask them questions.
Now we dip animals that don't want to be eaten in plants that don't want to be eaten,
and we
it's
eat
just
it, and it's good. It's good, bro.
we eat it and it's good and it hurts us and it's fine.
Think of it like this: milk is not something we should be having in our body past the age of like 2 or 3. Motherfucker, I love it. I fucking love it. It makes me shit like uncontrollably, but I still do it.
Oh, so you're
because
lactose
we're
intolerant.
Sick.
Stupid
We're
asshole.
sick.
It's a sick world out there.
Yeah, it is.
Man.
Hi, I'm Sean Evans. Welcome, fucking hot shit, and they just shove like
I'm
they
Sean
just
Evans.
shove
Welcome to hot
it's,
shit.
it's up their ass, and they just shove it like and see how long they can take it. They just
Hi, I'm
shove
Sean
bottles of
their
hot sauce
ass.
up their ass.
What's his name?
Sean Evans.
Sean Evans.
Hey, it's me, Sean Evans, and welcome to Is This Anthrax? The show where your favorite celebrities have to guess.
If it's anthrax, the joke is it's always anthrax. Everything's anthrax.
Everything is eventually anthrax is the joke.
That's the
It
joke.
It starts off as fucking baking powder. It starts off as flour,
Yeah, it's like baking
and then
powder,
it progressively becomes concentrated with more anthrax.
Yeah,
It's just-
Everything has anthrax in it, but the trace of anthrax would get more aggressive, and to the point that it's just a pile of anthrax.
and no one ever gets to the pile.
Call that show.
They lie about it. It's like Eric Andre. They lie about it.
Now, Jared Leto, this is a good opportunity.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'll go there. I'll go." And he goes, and it's like, "I don't know this is anthrax. In fact, you're incorrect. This is absolutely anthrax. Everything here is anthrax. That's why I'm wearing a bat suit."
Every season, you see fucking Sean Evans is just decaying even more.
No, he has a vat suit on. He walks in with a vat suit.
It's like he stepped into Chernobyl for 8 minutes and then walked out. It's like his skin, it's like he's being boiled by the air slowly.
Chris, finish reading the names. Read the names. You have to end the podcast. We have to end it.
Fucking season
It's Sean
8,
Evans,
he's like
and
a
welcome
Resident Evil.
to our new show, Help Find a Cure. We get some of the brightest minds to help.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
He's exasperated.
I love that.
He's crying. He's got tears in his eyes
Oh my
the
God.
whole time.
That's so awesome.
All right,
I love that
move
idea
on.
so much.
Let's move on. Somebody draw
Shaq
that.
Shaq just devouring anthrax and he's fine for some reason.
Shaq. Ooh.
Oh my god.
He has a pile of anthrax.
Anthrax is Shaq is immune to anthrax. Could you imagine what that would do to the world? They would take him. They'd take him. He'd disappear. Shaquille O'Neal died. Don't know where his body is.
Paul Rudd goes is like, who would have guessed, huh? Look at us. Who would've guessed? Not me. Not
His
me.
fucking
He
jaws is
inhales
falling
and when
off.
he pulls back, his jaw skin comes off.
Who would have guessed, huh?
This is such a rare instance where the best part of the show is in the fucking clip.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so good.
All right,
We
let's
gotta end
move-
this. We gotta end this. Quick.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go.
All right.
dude.
Tell him Steve Daves. Andre Brooks, Antiphus Maximus, who deleted Putin's scrotum. God is dead because Travis Scoot killed him. John Strickland, the unfortunate naming of the NBA coach Steve Kerr's son. Big Boo Limpy Sniggins, parentheses, Lil. Merck's 1889, Downey McFrowney. NFT of Sweeney's imaginary girlfriend. Schizo ramblings disguised as a name read. You scared me. that filled me with fear, genuinely. The First Church of Keith David, bear witness to the second coming of the King of Haphazard. Goops McKenzie, I was in Chris's Resident Evil video at 5 minutes and 56 seconds. I said I wanted to see his pee. Cool. Drunken
Nice.
Doulahan, Pre-Roz, Breaking Benjamin Shapiro, Cum Man, the Man of Cum. Blake 896, the whitest cracker. God, I've been talking for a long time. Fucking kill me. Hey, Boss Bar, I know 2 of you left. Ryan Lucchesi, Ethan Teague, Sloshy Scout. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. What? I just want to tell you how I'm feeling.
Hell yeah.
Gotta make you understand.
Never gonna give
Now
you
fuck
up.
your butt.
Never gonna bust that nut. Never gonna bust that nut. Listen, a male's butt.
We're no strangers to come.
The bass boost so loud. Like the bass boost and your headphones shatter, dude.
I'm Sean Evans, and welcome to...
I'm Sean Evans, and welcome. Is that a man's butt or is it a woman's butt? Jokes.
Twist.
It's always
both.
man's butt. What? It's both. Oh my god.
Shut up. Ryan is okay. Post-apocalyptic tomboy ethno-state. Hard hat skydiver. Alaskan oil field trash. Marcus Shorten. Vladdy put it spanking Ukrainian octogenarians. Game controller 25. Nikki Ziggy. Murder Ascended. The Snark Tank podcast sponsored by Forward F-150.
Let's go.
Lobotomized Jesus and his merry band of figure nuggets. You can't twist that. Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie. I will die on this hill. You're probably right, but that doesn't. That doesn't do anything for me. Rembrar Sakadarat Arbaner. This is, I don't know. That's like, I don't know, Gaelic or something.
Yeah, something.
I'm going crazy. I'm drowning.
Native shit. Sound like Sacagawon or whatever.
I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. The only stick I touch while driving is my penis, parentheses, I masturbate while driving. Hiroshima Spicy Mushrooms, Dummy Thick Dave. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's a pretty nice cock. Sweeney's clown pussy goes honk, honk, honk. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Come inside my tummy. Jackson Absage, Bradley Brave, Hugger Derek, the movie theater manager, A Theory, and Chris Gate, my Nigerian hunting ass. All hands on dick. The show called Sark Tank. When Derek and Sweeney are absent because one of the ends is missing.
All right.
Pure comedy.
What happened to you, Derek? That scared me. Oh my God.
Melphis 1, Warlock, Hexblade Supremacist, Richter 86, and as always, rounding off our list, the king of Haphazard. Thank you all. Thank you all for listening to today's exorbitantly long episode.
Hello, my name is Tanner. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. My name's Tanner. Nice to meet you.
Salutations.
Hello, it is I, Tanner. Do you have perhaps men's butt?
I want Ukrainian butt. I'm here
for man's butt almost exclusively.
I exclusively try to peruse men's butt, yet no man's butt appears before me. Questionable ethics on display.
Do I go out and take man's butt that I want, or do I try to purchase man's butt?
Do I try to persuade and convince man's butt to be mine, or do I take man's butt against will?
Thank you for tuning in, guys. Very good question. I'm Sean Evans.
We're done. That's it. We're done. Goodbye.
This podcast is sponsored by Sean Evans. That's it.
Hell yeah.